Greetings and salutations! Welcome to the new and improved conversational podcast, where you're joining for the first time or you're a returning listener. We're thrilled to have you on board for another joy on the express train to the North Pole. If you know that reference, that means you knew a movie that CGI and probably scar you depending how you saw it. But welcome to episode 211 of the Weebs Lounge, a show where we talk about anime, manga, I say anime twice, but gaming, movies, and the weeb culture through honest conversation and debates of chaotic energy. For this week, we got not a manga, we got an anime 40-year anniversary from February 26th of 1986 of Dragon Ball anniversary. Yes, we have a full big discussion for our main topic for our Otaku Parlor and our Big News Buzz Central. Stay tuned because we have all the time codes in the bottom section down below. So without further ado, let's have a good show and have a good time. It's your boy, Love and Peace, Legendy Vash the Legend from the House of Tempest, and your legendary Tranquilito, the Will Latunihi, and not the love of Bill Goldberg, like you hear, guys, on the Weebs Lounge of the Weebs of the Ring podcast every week that, you know, our world champion likes to introduce a questionable, the visionary, like, hey, he's a lover of Seth, he's a lover of HBK, he's a lover of the Radar Superstar, but never on contract has been said of Bill Goldberg. But hey, I know the world champion is in love for the phenomenal AJ Styles, because he might be crying this Saturday during our sidecast of the Royal Rumble. You might be seeing him saying goodbye to of his two greats back to back of a month. We had the John Cena farewell tour, and then we maybe had the sneak peek, the quiet retirement tour of AJ Styles, probably.
I'm sorry. It's been a hell of a day, hell of a weekend, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ignorant children of the Isles. What is up and what is good? It is your reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world. That's right, it's Watkins here. I'm going to be your guide through all the bullshit that was the cold weather. And yeah, 40 years of one of the best anime manga to grace this lovely earth that we live on. And hey, guess what, everybody? Toriyama was behind most of this. Some of it, he was at least still, what is it? What do they call it? Like a liaison? Not liaison. Maybe like a guide, if you will.
A guide in voice.
Executive producer, like James Cameron has his name attached to Alita Battle Angel.
From the beyond.
So, for certain assassins, don't question my knowledge. Don't question my know-how. How dare you? Unless you want a super kick to the face like you got in the comment section. Yeah, you'll listen to your world champion here. So yeah, I don't know what Vass was talking about. He must have been spouting some nonsense and boring you guys to death with some Bill Goldberg facts and all that. So I don't know. Hopefully he's having a good day and good evening. He looks very warm right now because we got a cloud here that wanted to give him a lot of cold weather and a lot of snow and all that.
Hello, I am an angry cloud. I do not associate myself with the other clouds. I am not with them. As you can plainly tell, I am purple. The clouds were painted vengeance this weekend, and dark and evil and cruel. And I am just happy to be here thankfully, hopefully, for still going for this week, a heater. I hope everyone is safe during this time. Hope you're all just staying warm and, just happy. And we're going to be happy. We're going to talk about Dragon Ball, a series that I hold very near and dear to my heart. So I'm very excited to, guide us throughout this Dragon Ball festivity.
Shadow 100%. Does not appreciate what you did this weekend, by the way.
We did not.
Look at his face. Cold. Look at his face.
Sir, I'd rather have a chance of meatballs, spaghetti, some chance of hot dogs down flowing right up there instead of this blizzard that we got.
I did not touch that blizzard. I did not have sexual relations with the storm. Leave me alone. I'm not their kind.
I may have wanted to, but I didn't.
No.
I didn't insert it. I didn't insert it, but hey, the way the wind pushed me through, it just slipped through without consent, or maybe consent. I don't know, sir. The cloudy wanted it.
It was one of those etchy anime main character syndromes, wasn't it?
It was one of those H2O moments.
Those it's just be funny. Totally adult content here, comment. But those hub storylines of how they slip and fall, then things slide in, you just be laughing of how the story plots just goes. And that just reminded me of that.
Here's your pizza, ma'am. Oh, let me just get my wallet. Oops.
Oh, my tower fell.
Why? Why are you doing the Tree Trunks voice?
Oh, fan.
No!
I made you an apple pie. Oh, it fell.
Hey,
Cultured fans will know what we're talking about.
but I will say, the great thing about this code, I drank some hot chocolate. This hot chocolate was a banger. I told my wife, like, hey, I need some hot chocolate with this weather. Look, chat, like I was telling my wife, when wives always do extra things with extra love because they have that type of in them. I could go 100 to 120 for my kids, for anybody around me. My wife is the type of person that will go for me 120, 150. She said that she couldn't do hot chocolate on a Saturday because there was no marshmallow. I'm like, do we need marshmallow? She's like, no, but I need it. I'm like, I could respect
Understandable.
it. And then on a Sunday, I'm like, cool. We're not stepping out for supermarket, so I still want that hot chocolate. Can you find an alternative? She said, cool, but we're not going to use the fancy hot chocolate that we got. We're going to use, the basic Swiss type of brand and with Dominican chocolate. I'm like, cool. We got to find some alternative. She did the whipped cream. That's something I would do, Chad. But then she went sprinkles, and then she heat up Nutella in the microwave, and then she added extra flavor, and then she put like a white chocolate syrup. I'm like, all right, cool. That's a Starbucks level. That's some extra shit. And that's my comparison, chat. I go the 100, 120. I took the whipped cream. Maybe that's it. Maybe the sprinkle if we have it and I'm aware of it. But once you go heat up Nutella in the microwave and put in the, like, now you're doing extra. But I appreciate it. Nonetheless, the hot chocolate was a banger. And chat, if there's a snowstorm near you, if you're in the East Coast listening, and by the way, we appreciate all the audio listeners in the worldwide, international, because I've been seeing the data and the analytics. Appreciate that. Thank you. Want to say that as a quick thank you right before we jump into our big show. But hot chocolate is a banger, and I've always been a big fan. Any comments about that? Because did you guys drink the hot chocolate during your, the winter slumber of this past weekend?
Wifey definitely did.
You didn't join her?
You didn't?
No, I did not. Not personally.
You ain't a hot chocolate fan? Damn. The hot chocolate was hitting as a banger right here. My wife is next to me, and I'm shouting her out again just because for her to hear the words that come out of my mouth to be like, hey, you did an amazing hot chocolate, wifey.
It needs to be said, I do enjoy hot chocolate. However, this was made while someone was taking care of the snow outside.
Bad timing.
She didn't have it ready for you when you
she instead substituted with a nice omelet, and I was like, oh, you're the best.
I mean, on one hand, you got an omelet. On the other hand,
you miss out.
Where's my Flanders hot chocolate that Vash got? Huh?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, he got the Flanders special. Like from the Simpsons movie, remember, where he's just like, all right, Bart, well, if you want some, and
he drinks it, he's like, oh my god.
Also, a big shout out. While we're doing the show chat, wifey gave me 2 bao buns with 2 dumplings. So to me, it's a win-win while I'm doing the show chat. So this is a W. Always appreciate your partners. Sucks that you got no hot chocolate, but you got an omelet. I do want to try the Japanese omelet where it's so gooey, like the type of egg that like just melts in the anime, where it's just like how they do the chopsticks and everything to make it so small. Looks fucking like foodgasm, like some type of food wars. Wakas did the expression for us, chat, but exactly.
Yeah. That's all I got. Give me that Homer Simpson drool going into the gift opening up.
I know the way you're talking about, yes. Any more comments about our code, or we are just thankful about it and we're ready to move on and start our drinking at the parlor?
Everyone grab your guns and shoot the clouds away. I command it.
Okay. There's one right here. Wait, there's one right here that we can take care of. Give me a second. Let me grab a gun real quick. There it is right there.
Your bullets have no effect on me, much like a certain Batman villain. What is that a segue? Is that a segue?
So,
I
chat,
just heard,
what he's
ladies and
talking
gentlemen?
about? Let's shoot him out for the Otaku Parlor. Let's grab your drink or your dumplings or your malbuns like me. Also grab your hot chocolate, your beer, or whatever tea of your choice, because this is the latest of the section of discussing the latest media we've been consuming, from our weekly check-ins to the latest anime, manga media, or TVs, or reruns, or rewatches that we've been doing, or new shows that have dropped over this month of January. So without further ado, let's have Mr. Trevor go first and talk to us about the Batman signal, perhaps?
Yes. This has just the tiniest bit of backstory. Who here had one of their like an old first model like iPods where it was one of the larger ones and it had movies that you could buy from the iTunes store and you could just watch whenever you wanted? Who remembers that ancient technology?
Talking about
I
the
remember it.
my wife actually has her iPod actually working and listening to music. Like she's
Nice.
actually bringing it to work with wired headphones. Chat, by the way, wired headphones.
Oh,
Nice.
the ancient ways. Now, when I had this old iPod, I want to say like through most of middle and high school, I got two movies that I would put on all the time. They were Batman Beyond, Return to the Joker, and Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I've grown up with the belief that Mask of the Phantasm is like the best Batman material you could ever get. And it's been years since I've seen it. Probably since the iPod got destroyed.
Wow,
but
that
I know
long?
this one. I had it through like college, but no. At that point, it's like I remember Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. I watched it like 50 times. You know, as a kid, I always liked it. It was always my comfort noise whenever I wanted to, get through a car trip. However, I decided to give it a college try once again. See if it held up in the test of time.
And
And it didn't.
It did. I noticed a few flaws this time around. It's only natural. As you grow, you notice some faults and more pros that come with your films that are really good. But Mask of the Phantasm, for those that do not know, highly recommend. It is set in the Batman animated series timeline. The old DC cartoon timeline, the one that was erased so long ago. But in this one, you have 3 gangsters, 3 murders, and the pin is on Batman. But who is the real murderer? Why, it's a mysterious new villain called the Phantasm, a cloaked Grim Reaper on the hunt. Joker is involved. Batman is trying to solve the case, and old love lives come back into the fray. This also was the first time where a Batman movie will actually introduce the Batman origin story with no monks teaching Bruce this time. It's like you get your first outings as Bruce Wayne trying to be a vigilante and him becoming the Batman through these flashbacks. So yeah, very strong movie. Few issues.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of do the you guys might know what I'm gonna. You might have examples, but you know how when a character is introduced and they have like this really interesting ability or power, it's like, oh my god, wow, they can phase through objects, like bullets don't harm them, or a pole being thrown at them goes right through them, but nothing happens. And it's like, wow, how do they do that? And then the movie goes by and it's like, wait, how the fuck did they do that? Wait a second. So no information there, and some characters have omniscient knowledge where it's like one gangster's like, there's only one person I know that can take care of this, and then he just teleports to Joker's lair, and it's like, how?
That's something I wish when it comes to story. Is like we know that maybe 2-3 hours passed, but I wish story would tell the audience so we don't have to assume like, oh, that was an edit of showing us that maybe 2 hours of a drive happened, but you're not telling us. That's always my gripe when I watch old storytelling or current. That's the one thing they still don't do, because sometimes you gotta guess that, oh, maybe they drove. Some shows do like the 5-10 seconds where a car's driving. Oh, like, oh, that means they're heading there. Time is going by. Love it when they just edit and you be like, oh, yeah, we're here already.
So more shows need the SpongeBob narrator. Gotcha. Perfect.
Exposition chat.
But yeah, dude.
3 hours later.
The best thing that this movie does is characters. It really makes you appreciate every single character that's on screen. Everyone's connected. Everyone has a purpose. It's such a cool movie, even after all these years, even with like the few gripes that I've seen in my old age watching it. Still love it. Highly recommend it. Give it a shot if you haven't. Well worth like the hour and a half of time. But then there comes the gaming section. Gasp, sob. Can it be? Is Cloudy Crescent about to bring up Yu-Gi-Oh again? Yes, he is. It's time. Not in the show format. No, not this time. This time, my lovely guys and gals, we're going to talk about the gaming section of Yu-Gi-Oh! One game which is quite popular. Not the most popular, but one of
Quite I remember this one. I played it in the Game Boy Advance.
Exactly my point. Children of the Isles, behold, Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship.
Ignorant children of the Isles. They're dumb, remember, Trevor?
I remember this
Yu-Gi-Oh!
one.
World Championship 2004 for the Game Boy Advance. I played the absolute shit of this as a kid. I wish I still had the original Game Boy version. Hell, I might still have it somewhere. I just have to find the cartridge. But I poured days into this game, not hours, days as a kid. And thanks to modern technology that I don't endorse at all, I gave it another good old college try. And boy howdy, how the hell did I play this game when I was a kid?
Oh my god, there it is.
It's no. It is okay. It is the sacred thing of Yu-Gi-Oh! The cause and effect. When you're winning, man, it feels really good. When your strategies pay off, oh, there's no better feeling in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! One problem.
You're playing
the computer. The computer players know every single card in your hand, and they know every single face-down card you put on the field. So
there it is.
Like, they will never attack a defense monster whose defense points are higher than their attack. Whenever you summon any card, they will go like, wait, that's a card? Oh, trap hole, torrential tribute. Oh, you put out another monster and I have no trap cards. Like, yeah, that's right. And you only have one card in your hand. You're not getting out of this one. Right, Jiki? Dark Hole, Delinquent Duo. It's like, stop! Let me play the game. These computer
it sounds like the sparking zero of Yu-Gi-Oh games.
Honestly, it is their AI to a fucking T. They know what cards are the most valuable to you, and it's like, all right, this is the only move I can play. And it's like, oh, here's like the third broken magic card from the game in full effect. Fuck you. It's like, stop! I just want to play the card game. At first, it's all right because your started opponents are like Taya and Tristan and Good Bakura, and then they throw in a goddamn Exodia player in round match 4. It's like, oh, I mean, I get to fight Grandpa, but you have an Exodia deck, and you have a deck that like exploits that to a fault. That's the difficulty spike if I've ever seen one. It's like, well, don't worry, here's Yugi Moto. I'm like, excuse me? It's like, yeah, good Yugi, tiny Yugi. It's like, okay, well, all the monsters I've dealt with so far only have like 800 attack points or 900 at worst. What's the worst that Yugi could throw at me? 1900.
Oh,
it's like, it's like, what?
I would think, do 1500. This is still a challenge, but no, not the 19.
I will say this game is great in terms of like giving you opponents that you never thought you would ever duel. Like, you have a Shizu, you get to duel her, whose deck is entirely different from the show. You get to duel Shadi. It's like, interesting. Yeah, Yakishi Mash. My name is Shadi. Cultured fans will get the reference. You get to have both versions of Merrick. So that was cool.
Nice.
And Evil Bakor bringing out the Destiny board deck, which is like, oh hell yeah, give me a challenge. And of course, Yami Yugi and the dueling robot from Battle City. get to fight that. But yeah, it is a game that punishes you. But man, it's like a dopamine hit. It's like when you get the combo going, when you play your cards just right, or if you're lucky, great things happen. It feels so satisfying. But that's my spiel. Now, mirror, mirror on the wall, who should I target for the parlor? Shut up, that didn't rhyme. Hey, look, it's Vash. What do you got on your table?
Shit, I have to at least give him credit. He tried. He threw the ball. I still caught it. It was a bit of a curve. It was a curve, but I caught it. However, Chet, he said mirror on the wall, and we got Percy Jackson season 2 episode 8. I completed a TV show. I have no movies this week. Like Watkins said, I already saw 4 movies this month, so I feel like I complete my 4 movie a week. So that's my little cheat code. Next month in February, me and wife are gonna choose rom-com movies for the month of February. So we're gonna try to watch new ones, and also a few movies are gonna come out this weekend. I will be watching like Iron Lung and a few others, so go check that out. And a few anime movies that came out on Netflix, I'll be talking about them. But for a TV show, like I said, Percy Jackson season 2 episode 8, a great finale. The gods got problems. The gods are liars, cheaters, and literally fucking bullies. Like, it's just hilarious in all fucking Norse and Greek mythology. Is fucking just comedy of how all these gods are fucking petty as well. And Zeus is just a fucking the most bulliest of them all in all fucking timeline. Like, it's hilarious at the end. If you guys haven't seen it or want to hear a full review, like a A-Man review I did coming out this Wednesday, and then this Thursday, quick plug. Also, we have our Rumakun conversation also coming out on this Thursday as well. So go check that out. Yeah, so go check that out. That was his snippet from the last week's conversation of the podcast. So if you guys didn't hear that, go check that. There's going to be more. Hey, I probably could add it. Put it both together. I could re-edit, re-upload it. Things can happen, chat. However, the one thing I want to talk about is the TV show that I did watch. I binge. His and Hers. It's a show on Netflix that dropped this month of January 2026. I believe it dropped 2 weeks ago, around the first week of January, and is with the 2 actors that got me interested to watch it for that reason. John Bertrand, who plays as the Punisher in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who's coming back for his own season, and also was part in the show Born Again, but also who's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Tessa Thompson, who played his wife in the show. And we have these 2 characters playing the husband and wife, and them having their own issue. You find on the first 2 episodes that they had a child, but lost a child within some type of health condition that wasn't really truly explained, but it's not really truly important. What was it? It's just a health condition that happened. Could be cancer or could be anything child related. And the show comes up with a murder. This show is mostly around the 3 genres of drama, thriller, and psychological. Really good show in the concept of parenthood and life choices for, like Cloudy said, vengeance. Could it be? It's up to you, chat. I like the story. I like the concept because parenting is a very questionable thing. How far will you go for your children and how far will you go to protect them? So it's for those of you that are interested, if you haven't watched it, please let me know in the comment section down below because I was intrigued on the story, how it happened. The execution, it depends on people. I've seen a few people online after doing my research that some people didn't like the execution, but it really depends on how your viewings, your perspective on life is. And my perspective on life is very open, and I like to hear others. And the way this story tackle one of life's choices is very dark on how you will go and very coordinated. It's very near Atlantic City. I mean, Atlanta. So those people may understand more when it comes to the surrounding of that neighborhood or the surrounding of that area to really have more of an opinion on it. As somebody who's not from the area but was intrigued from the storyline, I'm really curious to see how other people see it from that perspective. But the story was interesting. The 2 actors, John Bertrand and Tessa Thompson, executed what they needed to as partners and putting out their emotions, I believe in episode 5, like truly being open, almost 95%, because there's a few things you find out later that was not said and that should have been said, but understandable why was it because of trauma. So that's like my non-spoiler review, because if I add any more, it would truly spoil more than the story is. 6 episodes. It's a mini limited series. I saw with wifey. We were both interested. We were both hooked. We were both questioning who's the killer, who is it. And if you enjoy this type of story of you're trying to guess which one it is, and the story does a little twist left, right, then you have a good time with it. I highly suggest it for anyone to go check it out. Anybody have any thoughts?
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big shout out to our group member Neko. She said, "Hey, I was interested on the show, but I heard that the execution wasn't as great." And then she sent me a plug to somebody to watch, and I'm like, "Great, I'll check it out." And then when I click on the button, nothing against the person, chat, but it was a 42-minute review / rant, and I'm like, "Don't got time for that. I will check it out in the future." But it's cool to hear that people have ideas, comments towards the movie. But hey, we'd love to hear and check it out. I'll probably come back and report or do a quick short about it and see where it goes. My last thing there to discuss, me and wifey have not continued One Piece. Not because we're taking a break, but it's because we don't have to truly rush, since still on break until April, and we're literally on 1,020. We have less than 200 episodes away, so it's nothing too crazy. We still have 2 months, unless we were like in the last 2 weeks of March, we'll be like, shit, mayday, we gotta rush, alert to the shit.
Yeah.
But luckily we don't have yet. My last review is to talk about with Watkins, who will be joining me on this, is finished the Gears of War Reloaded. It was a 5-act storyline or 5 arc because they had their own type of mini chapters within them, and it was my first time playthrough because I played the first one years ago, but never completed because I never owned an Xbox traditionally, and I've always played it with friends' house or peers or after school programs, but never got to finish it. So this is my first time finishing it with Watkins. But before I continue, I want to hear what you think, Watkins, since you actually completed the story. You know of the story, you know of Gears of War, but this was a remastered version of the original.
Yeah, so like graphic wise, this looks really good. Like even compared to, I think there was another remaster like years ago that came out for the first game. Yeah, this one just looks really good. So when we're talking about visual and even just like sound design as well, I mean, it just top tier stuff when it comes to that. When it comes to the story, I mean, it's pretty basic stuff. You're just trying to look to destroy part of the hive mind that is the Locust and all that. We have this Locust general that's kind of our big bad of the whole game and everything. They do tease like the queen at the end. I'm pretty sure, because again, I'm kind of in the same boat as Vash. It's been God, oh my God, I feel bad saying this. A decade-ish since I've played the first one. So a lot of the cutscenes I did remember, but there was some stuff I feel like wasn't in the first game. So like the tease with the queen at the end, I don't think was in the first game. But again, it's been a hot minute since I've played that first one. Now, I'll say this, especially with the stream that we did last night, kind of chaotic in places. I'll say that.
Yeah. The only annoying about is to literally find like 3 or 4. It was almost 3 or 4 chapters of part 5, literally just to get this bridge working, and we didn't even see our characters do a little walk to the cart and drive off again. Like we did all this just for the bridge to work, and we didn't even see them drive off because when they used the cart, they did a time skip for us to arrive at the station. Then the 2 characters had to jump on the train, and we had to deal with like a whole runway, which I feel like the game itself for me was more about the experience. The experience was fun. Just gaming the stream will walk us for a good 5 to 6 hour of gameplay. You guys could watch it on part 1 and part 2 on the Vault channel, where all our reactions and gaming streams are there, and it was a lot of fun. However, story wise and the difficulty, I could blame us because we were too chillax. We were too chillax throughout the time. I remember
we were a little too chill. There were some libations happening, and by the time it got to hour 4, it's just like, I mean, we're this close to beating it. Let's go ahead and beat it. No, Chad, this man wanted to up the difficulty at one point. Literally, the moment he said that, I think the game heard you and was just like, oh, you want to up the difficulty. Isn't that adorable?
And then I kept dying like 4 times, and Walkers kept dying like 3-4 times back to back. Like it took my turn to die, and then him turn to die. So it was just funny how that happened after I brought the up chat.
And see, my reasons for dying are very simple.
Did you chainsaw only?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Leroy Jenkins when it comes to games like this. I just like to go in and just murder everything.
I can confirm.
Yes, exactly.
I can confirm from experiencing it recently, chat. Literally. But the great thing is that me and Walkers are like two alike players.
Gun?
We are like players about one thing, that when I don't search the whole place, he searches it as well. So that was really awesome, because I'm the type of player that will search each corner of the room, each corner of the wall, to see if there's any pieces, treasure, a necklace that we need to grab. But if I don't search it, I just actually, hey, you did it. I have confidence because he's the same, because we literally were walking in almost each room together. You'd be like, wait a minute, why are we both doing this? Because if you pick it up, it counts for us. If I pick it, it counts for us.
How many times did we have to do that theater section?
Yo, that theater section was a good, like, yo, we both had to tell each other, all right, let's lock in. Let's lock in.
We gotta lock in.
We died a couple of times back to back. It was his fault because he was upstairs, and it was my fault because I was being my Leroy Jenkins, but not because of chainsaw chat, but it's because I'm literally just going too close, shooting them. I'm trying to be John Wick, chat. Like, I'm trying to be John Wick, trying to be gun to hole, trying to shoot, but then I run out of ammo and I forget I gotta do the bar. If I do the bar wrong, it fucks me up and that takes longer. And then I'm trying to focus and be John Wick out here, but then I got these little type of midgets of creatures, aliens trying to come at me, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about you guys. But then I try to chainsaw, then I forget that I can still get shot by the other guys, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then if I die when we're separated, nobody can revive us.
Yeah, because that's one thing this game really likes to do is separate the cast.
That's a plot. That's a plot. That's a focused plot. Every single time, like, yo, Dom and Marcus, all right, guys, we got to split. You two go over there. Yo, Dom, you're with me. And I'm like, it feels like a Scooby-Doo gang. It feels like always being Shaggy in school by yourselves and Fred with Daphne and Velma. Always. Like, that's literally it. And that's what it felt like. Like, y'all don't want to switch up. And there were a few times when they did switch up. Like, hey, Jared, you called me. And Cole got a mouthful the damn time. This man always got issues. This man is ready to be like, yo, fuck you, boss. But he'd be like, yes, sir. A second later, he'd be like, yo, boss, fuck you. Yeah. All right, I heard your suggestion. You said fuck me. But
yes, sir.
I need you to do what I said, though. Yes, sir, I got you.
Oh, it's great. God, I love it because like they'll go on their own little side adventure and they'll just come back all casual, like, yeah, we just went through it. Just like, we just killed a giant spider. No, you guys are just coming around.
That's good enough.
Chad, the most fun is when out of the whole 6-hour less stream is 2 parts for me. 3 parts. 1, the general, my guy. He was a cool boss to fight as a final boss, but I felt like it would have been more to do. The bat shit kind of got us 2 times. I didn't expect that. Yeah. That threw us off. But as a general, as a final boss, I feel like, again, it was our fault to kind of be too chillax. We could have raised the difficulty from the beginning because we are 2 experienced players, but we were just having fun with it. Maybe in Gears 2, Gears 3, when we do want to do them, because we will probably be more prepared. And if we die a couple times, we'll be like, hey, let's actually lock in because we're taking too chill.
Well, no, there was literally a part. I'm just like, all right, enough of the japes. I need to lock in.
Yeah, exact words he said. But the second part I wanted to bring up was, I think, a part 1 stream where we were making the mission. We're doing more type of difficulty than we needed to. It was the lighting. We made that shit more difficulty than we needed, but it was the comedy of it. It was the experience. By the end, Trev, you know what Walker said? He said, oh shit, there's another light here. We didn't need to make this as hard and die a couple times.
Oh my god.
No, I think the best thing is it was the end of the stream last night when we beat the game, but it was one of those weird split-second moments.
That was the last one.
It's like, because I'll say this, I will take full credit for this because of what happened. I got the final blow on the boss.
He did,
but at the same time,
I died.
Vash died, like not just like fell so I could go revive him. No, he died. but the game, I guess it glitched a little bit, and it still counted it as us winning.
But the
beating
crazy
game.
thing is, because trust me, we have it recorded. The crazy thing is that at the end it said mission
After
failed,
all the credits,
but objective of beating the boss, but not insert the satellite data. I'm like, so the game counted both. The game counted the win on his side, but then the failure on my end that I died. And then after I press
we got all the achievements and
we're
all
like,
that.
okay, Watkins, we may have to do it again. I press it, and then it went to credits, and we were like, so flabbergasted. We're like, wait, what? I guess. Sure.
Well, good job, boys. You saved democracy.
So next on the gaming docket, when Vash and Watkins get together for it, it's going to be Banjo-Kazooie. I'm saying that right now. I'm putting that on record. That's your next game.
Chay, maybe this week.
You have to play it.
Which is hilarious because we have to play that too.
Hey, chat. We might have a Trev and Vash stream, which I have the technology where if he could share screen, I can already have both streams up at the same time. I have to tag for it. Hey, so look at that. He said that he could stream it, so that means I have to tag where we could both play and see how far we go. We laugh. We can have a whole fun stream. You heard it, chat. We may be planning this soon. But that was. Got any last words?
No, go ahead. Yeah. I mean, it is a good remaster. It is just the campaign. I don't think there was much online multiplayer stuff unless it was like PvP stuff. But I mean, that's what it is.
There was. That was like back version, like 2010 Gears of War or something. Like online, I think it's hard back then. Who knows?
I know 2 has a better story, I'll say. So, with the story with 1 is, again, it's very simple, very just go do it, go do your thing. All right, cool, neat, awesome. But like with 2, you get a whole bunch of other stuff. I was telling Vash last night about like the horde mode stuff that gets introduced into Trevor, you might have been a shepherd at that point when we were doing like the parties, like the LAN parties playing.
I remember. I don't think I ever went to one though.
Okay, all right. But you at least remember. So I at least have a half witness. I'll say half witness for this. So, but you know what? For a remaster, I'll give it a solid 3.5 out of 5. It was good. It was fun. We might do the others later on in the future. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon's Balls Pay. That's all I got.
Yes. Hope you guys enjoyed this review as well. Gears of War, honestly, as campaign-wise, entertainment and experience, I give it a 5 out of 5. Could story be better? Yes, but we have to remember that this is the remaster version, and this is all about co-op. Like, the fun of whoever you choose to play this with and have fun with them. And, I have fun with Walkers. That was the point of the story. We had a great time. We died, and ambitions were had. We were the Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Whoever's who. Woo! Yeet. That's all we got. Other than that, we got, hopefully you guys enjoyed my little 10-11 minute review of 2 content, of 2 exposures of great game and TV show. But I know the world champion have a rundown, so let's hear and talk about it.
I kind of do have a rundown this week. So again, I'm trying to watch at least a movie a week this year to, just broaden my horizons or remind myself of the good old days. And this week was another good old days week because I rewatched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the classic 1988 tale apparently based off a book too. So I do want to actually read the book to see any differences with it. But oh my gosh, this movie's great. You have Bob Hoskins as Eddie Valiant, the detective for the movie. Basically, he gets hired to find out, okay, what's going on with this main actor of Maroon cartoons, and that actor is Roger Rabbit. So we find out that his wife, Jessica Rabbit, you want to talk about turning a boy into a man, Jessica Rabbit.
Everyone had a crush on her.
I gotta say,
everyone did.
That's gotta be one of my favorite character introductions because, like, just the reveal of Jessica Rabbit. Because even Eddie's just like, wow, all these people are into a rabbit, and you have Betty Boop there, just like, yeah, what a lucky girl, because she's married to Roger. It's so good, dude. The comedy in this is so good, but like, I mean, everybody talks about how mind blowing the technology was back then to pull this off. Like, this is 1988. The movie came out, so in the 80s they made this, and I'm not gonna lie, some of the effects are. I mean, some of them do hold up to this day, but you can tell, like, okay, they obviously like are playing.
You can see the green screen.
Yeah, you can see the green screen. You can tell that, okay, Christopher Lloyd, who's like holding Roger at one point, he's not really holding him. He's kind of over exaggerating it with, but oh my God, Christopher Lloyd, even as well as the villain of this movie, really, oh my God, he's like just dialed up to 11, especially at the end with the climax. Well, you see, Eddie? When I killed your brother.
It's like awful nostalgic critic with that scream.
It's so good. But man, it's just a really good movie about a guy who he's kind of down on life because, you know, his brother died from a tune and all that. And he's not really working for Tunes, but he is on a job to kind of help like Tunes or whatever. So there's a bit of like, oh, why the fuck am I doing this? You know, let me just grab a bottle of alcohol and drink it nonstop and everything. But like, there's just a lot of heart in this movie, a lot of heart that you just don't see anymore. Also a very ambitious movie because there's a lot of Disney characters and a lot of Warner Brothers characters in it. And, Trevor, you can correct me if I'm wrong too. There was apparently a story where Disney and Warner Brothers did agree to this movie to like have their characters in there. However, they legitimately had to have the same amount of screen time, like to the millisecond, the same amount of screen time.
I think I've heard that story.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more to it, but I can believe it because there are scenes where it's like, oh, you have Donald Duck clashing with Daffy Duck in a piano contest. And then you have and then there's like, of course, who can forget the historic moment of Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse skydiving?
Man,
Glorious moment.
I love the joke with that, where it's just like, hey, skydiving without a parachute, huh? Here, don't worry, I have a spare. Opens it up, it's a spare tire.
I do want to add, at the time as well, movie rights were a bit in a limbo and loopholes to go through at the time because it was 1988, and since it was animated and like with live action, a bit of those were a bit of loopholes to go through with contracts. So that was one of the things that I also know because I did love Roger Rabbit. I love Bugs Bunny, the whole Looney Tunes. So I did my own research back then as well. And I do remember reading an article about that, about each of the characters having to have the same time length in their own scenes.
Yeah. Man, but I think what got me this time around rewatching it was during the climax when Eddie he's killing off the weasels. And I just kind of had the moment. I'm just like, man, this is a really good full circle moment. Because again, like he goes through most of the movie just like, tunes, you know, because again, brother died from a tune and all that. But like being around Roger has been kind of very, very healing for him to the point where in order to save, you know, Roger, his hot wife, and all of Toontown from becoming a freeway. Which is just kind of funny to say, knowing that the villain is a tune, but whatever. Him finally like letting loose again. And I say again, because you see it earlier in the movie that him and his brother were basically class clowns of like their police department and all that. So, and they had worked for Tunes as well. Like they had history of like solving tune cases and all that. That's why, again, his brother got a piano dropped on his head. That's I'm sorry. It's so
things happen.
So funny.
A piano drop on your head, you know, walking down the street.
It's just so fun. Like you feel bad because this guy's brother died. Well, how did he die? A piano dropped on his head.
It's so it's like unapologetic, where it's like, oh yeah, for a tune, that's just Thursday. For a human, it's
Yeah. But and I mean, yeah, him just kind of goofing off right there at the end after he had like thrown the bottle out earlier in the movie. It's just like, yeah, look at that character development in only an hour and 44 minutes. Isn't that great? A lot more character development than you get in any 2-hour plus MCU movie. But you know, that's whatever. That's besides the point.
Well, it's like I just gonna
Damn.
shoot shots at Star Wars, but hey, Marvel works too.
I mean,
Hey!
I went for another low hanging fruit. But if you've never seen Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, go see it. What the hell are you doing with your life? What, you're watching? Oh, I don't know, Hidden Hers. Oh, you're watching Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Fuck that. Go
Roger
watch
Rabbit's
Roger
better.
Rabbit. It is better than all of those things combined. Oh my gosh. And there's even like shorts of Roger Rabbit that came out, I think, after. It was around the time, because like there were like 3 other shorts, because they were trying to make Roger Rabbit a thing, but didn't really pan out.
Hey, he had the movie. No, I always take victory in that. He had the movie.
And plus, he gives Goofy his props when they're in the theater. He's just like, that's the other moment. It's just like, it's almost like you're watching a professional. Like let's say a professional wrestler right now, because you know I have wrestling brain rot. So let's say AJ Styles is just like in like the arena or whatever, like in a TNA arena or whatever, and he watches like maybe TNA was a bad choice. AEW. He's watching AEW wrestling, and he's like, he watches Ricochet. He's just like, man, Ricochet's so good. Like he starts like glazing Ricochet and all that stuff. It's very similar to how I saw like Roger talking about Goofy in that movie, where he's just like, he's just a freaking genius, man. I'm just like, man, it's such a human take and like a human moment for somebody that's like in their own industry, watching somebody in their industry and just giving them props, like all the props, being like, man, I wish I could be that guy. And then later on, you get his own wife hyping up Roger, being like, yeah, you were even better than Goofy. I'm just like, man, that's some loyalty. That's some love right there. It almost made me vomit, but you know, that's besides the point when it comes to love. But you know, this movie's always gonna be a 5 out of 5 for me. And if you think differently, well,
You're
the
wrong.
door's right over there. Don't let it smack your ass on the way out.
But let a piano drop yourself though.
Look, the piano's like right there dangling outside the door. So, you know, spoiler alert, have fun recovering from that. But that's my movie TV thingy, my bobber. Anime and manga, I have a lot of anime I need to catch up on. Just from this season alone. Like JJK, Sentenced to Be a Hero. That's only 2. Oshinoko season 3's out, which I saw that opening. I approve of that opening, but that's
You know, Fire Force as well. You gotta catch up and see the adaptation.
Force, I can't wait for a certain episode to drop when it comes to Fire Force. With Freerin, I'm waiting for the dub because I'm just used to the dub voices, so I'm just waiting for that.
The Darwin incident as well.
I do want to watch that. Yeah. So when it comes to the stuff that I have been watching and consuming and all that, Yu-Gi-Oh! I finished up to 59, so that was like that first series. So I still got to start like the Duelist World part. Looking forward to that after, you know, all these conversations we've had with Trevor. So I'm getting to that. However, I did start a new manga that's been on my list, and it was from an anime I also started way back in a day, but never got around to finishing.
You're reading that.
Shangri-La Frontier. I'm on chapter 3 right now, which is still like some of the episodes I watched. This is one that's been on my radar for a bit because it's video game centric. So basically, like the quick synopsis with it is this guy loves playing shitty video games, like really bad video games, and he's kind of good at them too. And so he goes to his local video game store, talks shit on the game that he just played, and the video game clerk, she's just like, you know what? Why don't you try a AAA title for once? You know, try a good game for once. So she hands him Shangri-La Frontier, and yeah, he realizes, oh, I have a lot of knowledge of video games. I got like this really good skill about video games by playing shitty video games. I play this really good game that like doesn't have dropped frame rates, and I'm actually good. Wait, what? Nani? I don't have to worry about like shitty NPCs. Like I actually have NPCs that know their stuff. What? Nani? And I remember in the anime, I got to a certain point where like the secret thing happened in the game, but I'm going to hold off on talking more about that because again, I want to read the manga and I'll get back to the anime here eventually to kind of help solidify some knowledge with it. But so far up to chapter 3, pretty solid stuff. It still seems like a 1-to-1 adaptation that the anime did, so I do appreciate that, at least from what I remember from it. So
to confirm,
yeah.
you did see season 1 of the anime?
I saw like it was like up to episode 5. It was when like the rabbits got introduced.
So you haven't met Vash yet, then?
I don't think so. Unless Vash is one of the rabbits.
He's
Like,
the
I
rabbit.
remember this-
He is the rabbit. So you haven't met him yet. 'cause-
Oh, like he's the boss rabbit with like the one eye or whatever?
yeah, that's him.
Okay, I remember him, and I have seen like some panels out of context, like on social media.
In the manga, I think he appears in chapter 12 because I read, I think,
Okay,
chapter
cool.
30, and I know because he starts the trials of Vash at around chapter 16. So you meet him
Okay,
around chapter
cool.
10 to 12. In the anime, I think you met him, episode like 6 or 8 around there.
Yeah. It was like super early in the anime, and it's not like I dropped it or anything because it was
Just life
bad. It's
happens.
just like, life happens. You kind of lose track of things, and it's just like, all right, cool, whatever. But I'm bumping that up because I do want to read the manga for it. I have heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm just like, all right, yeah, let's bump that up. It's about time, mainly because of this other series I'm into right now, Iruma-kun. Here's your updates on where I'm at with that. With my anime rewatch, or I guess my anime like solidification, I guess I'll say with this. I'm on episode 15, which is in the middle of the Battler arc. So we're about to start like their school festival stuff and all that. So all right, cool. Get to see how all that goes. But with the manga, I'm up to chapter 75, which is this Walter Park arc, and it's kind of interesting because, and I said this in a call last night that I was on. I was like, it's really interesting how like Iruma will do all these like slice of life things, but then you do get reminded, oh wait, these are a bunch of fucked up demons. Like, wait, they're all happy-go-lucky, like, oh, like planning this whole trip to like Hershey Park or whatever, and it's just like, oh, la 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 la, we're getting ready, like, oh, we're gonna do this one, we're gonna do this one, we're gonna start here and make our way around and all that, and then you find out, oh, how is this park powered? Oh, it's powered by prisoners. We're siphoning off their magic to run this theme park.
It's logic.
Oh.
That's logic to me. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. It's logic. In a demon world, of course.
Exactly. And I immediately start thinking, oh, wait, this is very similar to Marijois in One Piece when you have like all this like big like castle town stuff and all that. And then underneath that, you have a bunch of slaves like pushing the cart and all that, or like pushing the walkway so it moves. Yeah, it's yes and no, but it's just like it's similar vibes though, where it's just like, oh, here's all this happy stuff underneath it. Death.
I see the vision.
So yeah, and I guess some things gonna happen with like these powerful bad demons. So chapter 75 is where I left off, so I'll be reading that maybe tonight when we're done recording. I don't know, we'll see. Still really loving Iruma. There was a part Iruma really knows how to get my how to really poke my funny bones. Because there's a part, because they split up into like 3 teams, because so they arrive at the park and Clara is just like, we should have a competition, and they're like, wait, how do we make going to a theme park a competition? We'll compete on who has the most fun. It's like, that's lighthearted. All right, we'll split into three teams. We got three chaperones with us. Three teachers that got pulled into this. One of them being Caligo, which I love that. I love how he got pulled into this, but they split off into three teams, and it's like, all right, you have the team with like the one teacher that Iruma's close to. All right, cool. Balam, I think his name was. Then you have like Team Opera, which has like all the girls on it. It's just like, okay, we're gonna have girl time again. All right, cool, neat. Amari needs that because she has girlfriends now. And it goes to the panel of Team Caligo, and everyone's just like miserable right there. And you have the boys in there. They're just like, wait, we're not going to be able to have any fun. And literally one of them goes, okay, we either don't do shit or we just go all in on this and like force him to have fun. And so they grab him and they're just like, you're coming with us. We're having fun whether you like it or not. It's so funny, man. Just like a lot of what Iruma is for me is just like their reactions to things. And it's so funny. Just their reactions to just anything in this world going on. But yeah, that's where I'm at with Iruma. Video games. We already talked about Gears of War. Still on the Digimon grind. Eventually, I'll beat it one of these days. I re-downloaded Sparking Zero because of all that DLC talk. And I made the mistake of going into the like story mode, thinking to myself, oh, by now they must have patched the AI, right? Because the AI is kind of bullshit. No, they didn't patch shit. It's still bullshit. I can't tell you how many times, because I was doing like the Majin Buu fight as Goku, and it's one of those ones. It's one of those missions where it's just like, oh, to get the what if, you have to defeat Majin Buu in like 3 minutes. It's like,
oh, okay. That one.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I just got to spam my sparking moves and all that. All right, fine, cool, neat, whatever. So base Goku has the Spirit Bomb. Cool, great, awesome. Let me do my quick combo here, knock him back. All right, and then immediately do the Spirit Bomb. Majin Buu just dodges every single time. And I don't understand how.
Or block.
Yeah, or they can just block everything that they throw at you, and it's redonkulous. I don't understand how their story mode AI is so ridiculous compared to all the others. Like, I could do the world tournament and it's fine, but immediately you go into the story and it's just all this bullshit. It literally knows exactly what you're going to do, and it's ridiculous. It's to the point where it's just like, why am I even playing this game? Why am I even playing this mode? And I think you can skip some of the what ifs, or like you can like summon Shenron to wish for those what ifs, or like whatever it is from it. I don't know. But even to do that, it takes like an hour's worth of grind to do. It's like Xenoverse levels of grind almost, like going to Planet Namek, being destroyed, beating up Frieza for 3 minutes. Oh, look, a Dragon Ball. Great, cool, awesome. So I don't know. I might re-download it again when the DLC comes out just to try out the characters, see how King Piccolo goes. More on that here later on. But to finish off my little spiel, I did decide I did want to replay another game because of a new version or a new part of this series coming out later this year. I downloaded and am now replaying Fable 2.
Oh my goodness.
I really like the Fable series, and Fable 2 is probably one of the better ones, if not the best one, from what some people might say. I know 3 does have some good things to it, but with 2, it deals with you being like a twin or like having a sister and all that, and spoiler alert, she dies at the beginning, and so it's all a revenge quest. But am I going to be a good person, and am I going to be a bad person? I'm going an evil route this time. I'm going to be a complete asshole to everybody, because normally when I play a game like this, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be, you know, the hero and all that. No, never again. No more. Never. I will be the ultimate bad boy. Or bad girl, I guess, because I did choose to be a girl this time around, because I'm just like, let me see how it goes with the gameplay with that, because maybe things are different, because you can marry people in this game, but their workaround with it is, oh, you still have to produce the ring to give to the guy who wants to marry you. And it's just like, why can't they produce the ring? Why do I have to get the ring for them to marry me? Like, bullshit. Whatever. Not like I'm gonna marry anybody anyways. I'm gonna be a bitch in that game. I'm gonna be like one of the first like moral choices you have is you beat up these bandits, and it's like, oh, here's a key to these cages that have slaves in them. And then this guy comes up, and it's a lot of British humor too. So he just comes up, he's just like, oi, I bought them slaves. Those slaves are mine. How about I buy that key from you? It's just like, okay, I could free these slaves and be a good person, get some good points. Or you can buy this key off of me, and I can just walk away. So I left with more money and people hating me and cursing me for the rest of their lives. So that's going to be great. So stay tuned for the Fable updates whenever I get to some fun things and all that. But that takes care of my Otaku Parlor.
Well, Chad, we're going to have a big talk, because right now we're leading to our next hour of big conversations. So stay tuned, because, hey, if you want to hear all about these beautiful time codes, go check them out in the bottom section if you are excited for anything we spoke about previously or anything that was coming forward. Because what's coming forward is the big news and essential. Let's sit down in the lounge and hear what's happened in the latest media, because so much trailer. It's like a trailer week that we'll be discussing the latest buzz and the hottest news of our spirited opinions of everything entertainment. Of the first segment is sweaty news. That includes our gaming. We'll be talking about the Fable, the Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer, Ubisoft canceled 6 games. We also have the next segment after the anime lately, which is the anime manga. We have Amazon Prime still want to use AI dub. We have Mappa and Netflix collab. We have a few more, and the Weebs news. We have like 4 trailers to talk about, and then our main big topic of the evening before we end our show is the Dragon Ball 40th anniversary of the anime, not the manga, but the anime story of that's been going for 40 years. So we have a big talk. So without further ado, let's jump into our first segment of the night. Is the sweaty news, the game. How do we feel about these gaming news that's happened? Because there's a trailer of a movie adaptation of one. There is some crazy announcement of a new Fable, the Beast of Reincarnation. And wait, question, is the Beast of Reincarnation the one that's made by Nintendo? Is that the one that's made by Nintendo?
So it's made by Game Freak.
Game Freak, that's the one.
And it took them 6 years. We can start with this one.
Yeah, let's go.
Because this one's kind of interesting. So Beast of Reincarnation, it's set for summer this year. It's going to be an RPG game. So it's set in a post-apocalyptic Japan, so there's that. But it's a one-person, one-dog RPG. So you have a pupper with you. So already it's a 10 out of 10 game for me. But yeah, it's made by Game Freak, coming out on Xbox, PS5, and PC. So hey, we can all play it. Isn't that great? Because I think it is going to be on Game Pass. So that you can play it day one.
I'm here for that, and I will actually download that game day one and actually be playing it. And we would be talking about if anything, it'll be a multi-stream of us playing at the same. Who knows? Because I'm excited for this. Like, it's a game I'm actually thrilled for. Not many games I will say I'll start playing it day one because of the amount of backlog that I have. But this is one that I will skip online. And also, I know people are salty because it's made by Pokemon developers of Game Freak. So I know people are curious of what the hell does this mean. And as well, quick reminder check, because it was announced at the day of our recording that Nintendo will be having a direct, I just lost the word, a direct and PlayStation next month in February. So we'll be talking about that because they also hype up their stuff of their 30-year anniversary of Pokemon. And they also hype the rumor that new game visual. So trust me, when people see this game of Beast of Reincarnation and now they hear the next Pokemon Gen game is coming out, people have their eyes on lock and loaded to find out what's
Yeah.
going on. So I know this game has a lot of comparison right now in high regards. Like, hey, Pokemon, you could do this great of a game of Beast and Reincarnation, but then Pokemon Slacks, who knows? But what's your thoughts about this, Cloudy?
I'm excited to see what Game Freak is capable of when they don't have Pokemon attached to them. Because if this game is an absolute banger, then now we can then put the rumor to rest that it's all Game Freak's fault when it comes to Pokemon. It may be someone else's fault. That's the conversation I can't wait to see if this game does really good.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, like this game looks really good, and the fact they took them 6 years to develop it too is crazy. Because you also gotta kind of think, okay, some of the team probably had to work on some of the Pokemon games between that time and all that, but yeah, it looks really good. I want it.
Hey, if you guys want to talk about what looks very good, we could talk about the next game that I know that Watkins and everyone has been talking about nonstop in this new Fable game information. I would love to talk about this and give you guys the rundown, but I'm gonna let Watkins, who actually has played the game and have experience in it, and who just mentioned it literally a couple minutes ago. So talk to us about Watkins, about the 1,000 NPC of wives that you could have as a harem. I mean, the 1,000 players.
Yeah, no. So there's a lot of stuff that like you've seen in like past Fable games, but some things that might seem new as well. So like we have a good old rundown of like some of the new Fable info that we got this past week. So it's gonna be a new beginning. I'm assuming this means, and there might have been like a video that came out with this too, but I haven't had the time to really like dive into that again. It's been kind of a busy week with all this lovely weather we had, but a new story within Albion. That's like the main country that Fable takes place in and all that. And you start the game off as a child, which you have in the other games, like especially 2, like I mentioned earlier, you do technically start the game off as a kid. It's just there is a bit of a time skip to get you to adulthood. So, all right, I guess we're not seeing like adolescence and all that stuff, but that's fine. That's whatever. But there's nothing forcing you along the path. So this is going to be a truly like open world thing, which Fable's kind of been like that anyways. Like there's always been tons of side stuff to do, like either side quests, side missions, realty stuff. So yeah, the fact that I pulled up realty, yeah, there's a thing with that too. Relationships, marriage, all that stuff. Yeah, cool, dude, awesome. So it's good to see that, you know, they're going to continue on that path with it. Mix of melee, ranged, and magic. That's just seems like par for the course when it comes to Fable games anyways. Fight groups of enemies. Again, pretty much standard for Fable games. All enemies have strengths and weaknesses. I don't remember this being a thing, so cool, great. I could launch a fireball at somebody, or maybe somebody's actually weak to stopping time. That'd be cool, which that is a magical ability you can get. Literally, I was playing Fable 2 last time. I was just like, oh, wait, I want to like focus on the time stopping ability. Oh, I can't afford it as my first ability. Shit. Okay, fine, whatever. Where was I?
Broke.
Right now, here's one that I have mixed feelings about. There's no objective good or evil, so it seems like they're going like the gray area route with this, which on one hand, I guess I could kind of see, but on the other hand, it was really cool in Fable games to kind of watch your character either digress into an evil character or like a demon kind of thing, or become like the hero and all that kind of. Okay, the way I kind of visualize it in my head and how I've seen it is like you can either look like Hercules at the end of Hercules, or you can look like a demon from freaking Wukong, Black Myth Wukong. You know, like they're two different, like the Red Child, for example, from Black Myth Wukong. You could look like him because you've done so many dirty deeds throughout the game. Oh, you're just evil looking now. All right, cool, neat, awesome. So I guess they're getting rid of the morality thing, which again, 50-50 on whatever. I kind of wish we had that, but whatever, it's fine. Unique worldview of the NPCs, so I guess they're gonna be like looking into the world a lot more than just you, which brings us to having over 1,000 NPCs in this game, each of them with roles, names, personalities, and routines, which I feel like is already like a lot of these things I'm looking at now feel like they are standard with Fable games, because a lot of them,
it's crazy. Like,
yeah,
knowing
dude.
1,000, like, I can't imagine the office having like a bulletin board of all these players, these NPC having their own story, their own names, having their own lore. It's crazy. Like, and I'm sure some of the employees got to input their own lives, their own names that they want to mention these characters, because I know some employees do have the liberty for that. But it's just very fascinating just to hear these type of like open world 1,000 where you could buy a house in every house or buy all the businesses, get a job, romancing in the villager, like so many interesting things, and have multiple kids. And Chad, that's what I said, get married multiple times, have a harem.
Yeah, see, that's the cool part. You can have more than one wife, and I'm just like, oh, wait, what? Okay, I can have multiple families. Oh, that's great. But see, that's the thing with like the NPC system. It seems like it's going to be more complex than it was. So I guess instead of like doing a little dance or farting on some guy's face, and yes, you heard me correctly, folks, you can do that in some of those Fable games and all that. But like, I guess there's going to be like more dialogue and all that. It looks like they actually may have taken some time with the NPCs, because I guess you could follow everyone and see their everyday life. Okay, cool, neat, awesome, fantastic. And like Vash was saying, you can get married multiple times, have multiple kids, you can get divorced multiple times. You'll see all these effects that you're having within the world. I guess that's where they're changing the morality thing. So instead of like seeing you change, you're starting to see the world change around you. I also like to how you can like buy every business and buy every home in the game and basically just have a whole monopoly over everything in the game. That's actually kind of cool. What am I? Cass, be the hero you want to be in every sense. Yeah. So it looks like it's coming out in autumn. No like set date for it. So stay tuned for the eventual news of it being delayed, coming out later this year. So yeah, that's the whole rundown for this new Fable game, which I'm looking forward to. That might be a day one. I say might, just I'm gonna wait for more information to come out.
All right, so let's go with the next news that I wanted to talk about, guys, because it's a short one. I think Watkins brought it up in the beginning of the year of our conversation when it comes to what gaming will be coming out. And he said, hey, I don't think it might actually come out this year. And he's like, it's sad that I gotta say this. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, chat, the physical release of GTA 6 could be pushed to 2027. Potential reasonings that they have, that they just want to have this game perfect. And honestly, chat, they don't want to have what happened with Cyberpunk 2077. I believe that's the title, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's honestly it. Like, in short words, as a business, they don't want to shoot themselves in the foot. What Cyberpunk 2077 did, where they came up with an unfinished game and they had to do almost like 6 patches within the next 3 to 6 months just to actually have the game working properly in all type of systems. So that's why they're doing the best to, like, you know, like way Fable's doing. GTA is a open world game. They've been hyping themselves up with the trailer and everything, but I'm not GTA fanatic, crazy like these two are. So I'm gonna let them speak more and tell them about the news more of how they feel about this 2027 push. Because I know, Trev, you sound like you're snickering. It sounds like you have an evil laugh behind you. What's going on, buddy?
This is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, the reasoning is so stupid. I'm sorry. Like,
chat, I was trying very positive. I tried to be very positive, but he's just like, nah, stop lying to them, Miguel. Stop lying to them.
Well, I saw something earlier. It's just like, I think the key word here, or the key words, is physical release, which means they would still do digital, which means it's even going to be more data mined and spoiled for everybody. Like,
That's one
It's
side.
got to be fake news. Fake news.
There's also the fact it's like they're really, how do I put this? They're quite confident that everyone is going to be spoiled if their stuff is leaked to the internet. It's like, be careful, guys. Prophasia Gaming might have the final boss video already on YouTube one day after the release. Like, you just ignore it. We're in the age where it's like those content creators exist, and if you ignore them, they don't pop up in your algorithm. Or it's like if you go on social media and you look up GTA 6 when the game comes out, what do you think you're gonna see? It's like, we don't want to spoil the experience for everyone. It's like, trust me, Rocksteady, or trust me, Rockstar. Don't you worry. People are going to avoid spoilers if they want to.
Exactly.
You underestimate them.
If people truly love the game or truly want to be about the experience, they will avoid spoiler. Like, there's One Piece fans that wait until the official chapter. There's people that want to wait until they get home and avoid social media. There's some content creators that do that as well. They stay off social because they want to wait until the right chapter, the right episode come out. So they want to be happy about what they get to see and experience. If they go online, it's because some of those fans don't give a F.
Yeah.
This honestly reminds me of, I will forever call this one of the unfortunate failings of Sakurai when he said, "Oh, I refuse to do any more story for Smash Brothers Brawl because clips got put up on YouTube." And it's like, my guy, my love, my goat. No, you don't be discouraged. It's only natural, but it's okay.
But Trevor, how do you feel about the possible addition of deep cut Sonic characters in Cross Worlds?
It's time to pop off.
see, traditions.
It's time to pop off in the best way. I don't know if I'm alone in this boat, but if you're an old Sonic fan that has been, watching the 90s show and reading the Archie comics, growing up with all that, seeing the boss of Sega be like, yeah, I wouldn't mind characters from the TV show and comics, that is a blessing that I never thought I would see. It's like, wait, hold on. Archie Comics? Does this mean that Ken Penders is finally getting fucked? Are we allowed to use the characters from the quote-unquote Ken Penders comic series? Can we finally bring back Sally, Bunny, Antony, Dulcie the Dragon? Bring Jules the Echidna. I fucking dare you. Stick it to him. Bring back the Archivers.
There's some deep cuts there that I didn't even know, because I am a fan. I read the comics too and everything, and I love when people remember that Sonic was first a comic, like an anime, before it was Sonic X and before all these other games that came out to to bring it more mainstream. I love it when creators, directors are all for like, hey, let's bring the universe, let's bring the side things that haven't been brought back, the weird character, because trust me, people thought there's weird characters. Sonic and Crash Bandicoot, I always laugh at their designs of weird characters. If you literally look at there's an alligator that has a scarf. What the fuck does the alligator? I forgot the name in Sonic the character, but like,
the alligator that has a scarf.
Yeah, bro has a headphone too and everything.
Oh, you're talking about Vector?
Yeah,
yeah. No, he has a chain. He has a chain, like
Yeah, chain. Yeah, chain and a scarf sometimes. Yeah, because I remember the game back in the Wii or GameCube where they was like doing some riders or something like that, air riders, some type of version.
Yeah.
So Sonic, fun.
Oh my god,
I love this news. I'm happy for it.
I just adore this. I adore this news. That the boss
started that too.
Yeah, with Tango and Whisper from the IDW comics, they're coming.
Yeah,
very happy.
So that's great. But you know what's not coming? Prince of Persia.
Damn.
Go Ubisoft.
No, but
once again.
Oh, this is sad. This is sad because we don't even know. They canceled 6 games, delayed 7, and more layoffs in February, chat. Imagine this report coming out, and imagine you working in the company, and you finding this out on the timeline. You'd be like, damn, who's getting fired at work? Is Jeff getting fired? Yo, Bob, you still got the job? Yo, Virginia,
Oh, no.
yo, Stephanie, you still hired for next month? Imagine, bro.
We finally have the answer to an age-old question, and the answer is yes. Ubisoft is some reptilian creature from hell because it keeps shooting itself in the foot and it doesn't learn its lesson. It grows the foot back and it shoots itself all over again. What? I don't understand. It's like we have these games that people do want. Prince of Persia, chief among them. It's like, wow, we're gonna get games again, and then Ubisoft remembers they are Ubisoft. No more games for the masses.
You know what sucks is I saw a screenshot of what he looks like in this new game. I'm just like, oh, he actually looks kind of good. Wait, that design's actually good.
Yeah, it looks great.
No.
In the remastered version, because there's a remake/remastered version of them adding the ones from back then. But it's just like, for the rumors and reports I saw, is that the game looked like it was half done, but then it got restarted from scratch and then got made. And the rumor is that it's 80% to completion, but then they just stopped the mass production of it.
Oh, what is this? Metroid Prime 4 all over again? Don't do that.
So this is sad news, chat. This is sad news. I feel bad for Ubisoft. I feel bad. Sorry, I feel bad for the workers of Ubisoft that get into the bundle of the bush of the whole company. So that's the part that sucks. But you know what? It is good. That don't suck. That's great for us. That's going to be good for April 1st release. Is a new Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer, and we got Yoshi, we got Bertha, or what I call Big Mouth.
Oh my god. So I said this in the short that got ruined because I guess TikTok and YouTube Shorts wanted to screw over everybody yesterday.
Baji, thank you.
I really liked the trailer. Everything looked really good. My only worry is we're going to be packing this with a lot of references and nostalgia, which it pretty much worked for the first movie. I'll say that. But the fact we're lumping in not only Galaxy, we're lumping in Odyssey because the T-Rex was there, and we're in the Sand Kingdom to find Yoshi. So there's that. Probably other worlds that we'll find as well. So at least like the Galaxy theme fits in this aspect. But okay, fine, cool, whatever. But I don't know, it's got me slightly worried with that. But at least the first movie, I keep wanting to say first game, but at least the first movie had enough goodwill for me that I'm still optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic right now because it's like I don't want them to just throw all these things in there and then be like, look, a movie. And it's just like, okay, but it's not coherent. Like you're just throwing things at us. Like look, we literally have Baby Luigi and Baby Mario at one point, and apparently Yoshi Safari, which I didn't even know was a game. And that's why Yoshi has a freaking rifle in his hand at one point. I'm like, what? That was a game? What? Okay, fine, neat, whatever. Just it does look good though. It does look fun. It's just there is that caution there, you know. Maybe too much of a good thing can be a little too much, but I'm still gonna go see it. I'm hopefully still having a good time with it.
It did feel like they was throwing a lot at us with Yoshi, with Berta, with the Baby Mario, Baby Luigi. How could this happen? Toad is there. Is it that they got hit by like a magic wand that turned them into babies? Is that why that's what's going on? So there's many theories. I do agree that so we saw Rosalina in the first trailer, but we don't see her here. We see Mario. What was dope though, the scene that Mario Luigi having the flower with them and them using that as their own attribute, so like they're prepared, and Luigi getting scared and him just throwing like 10 fireballs, like those are cute scenes that I enjoy. Galaxy, I'm a fan. I love it. I never played Sunshine and I never played Odyssey, but I'm aware about those games. That's what I got in mind because, like I said, I didn't see Odyssey, so I don't have the other references like the dinosaur, like the Sand Kingdom, but I'm aware about it. Trev, what's your thoughts? Positive or negative?
I don't know what you're talking about, Watkins. This was the perfect marketing. It is the Super Mario Galaxy movie with a date of April Fool's, and man, did I get bamboozled because this looked like the Super Mario World trailer rather than the Galaxy one.
I do agree on that part though, because
that too.
yeah,
I am in his boat. I am on Watkins' ship, where it's like, wow, these scenes by themselves are like, I can see this happening. It's a nice little reference, but man, I saw the first trailer. We're fitting so much together. That's my fear. Where it's going to be a bloated thing. My guess is that everything we saw in this trailer, it could be like an intro montage. It's like, here's what we've been doing. Peach fought a dinosaur with a bow tie thing, or you know, we went to this kingdom, we did this, we were jumping through fortresses and all that. Or
I could see Birdo being an enemy at least, or as I said, like a frenemy kind of thing, where like it could be like, oh, Birdo's working for Bowser Jr., but there's gonna be the twist where it's just like, oh wait, nah, fuck you, Bowser Jr. I like these guys a little better.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, you know, Birdo, because Mouser was in the trailer, and it's like, oh, maybe Super Mario, I forget the name of it. Subcon isn't a dream realm. It's like a planet that you all can go to. It's one of the worlds in the galaxy. Because we gotta remember, we saw the first trailer. Rosalina's supposed to be there. Megaleg is supposed to be there. It's like, there's so much that we gotta cover. That's my big fear.
Yeah,
it felt like
we didn't even get more Rosalina either. Like I was hoping at least maybe another line to kind of hear Brie Larson talk as Rosalina a little bit more, but
I feel like they're probably trying to save that and everything. Also, the comedy of the meme of Mario being played by Chris Pratt, since Chris Pratt did the Jurassic Park with the dinosaur and everything, and then with Mario doing the same thing, the same hand for Yoshi. So it's just the comedy, the memes for that. Everyone's very prepared. And I love how the Toad at the end of the trailer was like, so we're going to have a dinosaur just walk in and just join the club like it's nothing?
Madam.
Guys, really? Really, guys? Okay.
Madam.
It just works out like that.
No, the only thing I want from this movie, there's only one thing. I will forgive everything in this movie as long as this one thing happens. If Mario's riding Yoshi, they have to jump over a pit. And Mario has to jump off of Yoshi, and Yoshi has to fall down the pit. That needs to happen in this movie, or it's a 0 out of 10, as somebody would say around these parts.
Understandable. But that's all for our gaming section, our gaming news, our sweaty news of this conversation. Because hey, we had a lot to talk about. Now let's jump into our anime lately news, so we could get into our trailers that we have much to talk about, and then our Dragon Ball Z Super, and much more to happen. So without further ado, our anime lately news. We have Hidon. Wait, I'm gonna just make sure I'm gonna pronounce this right. Hidoni Arari, who was in charge of the sound effects for the One Piece anime, has officially retired after 3 decades of work on the series. So, hey, they took a perfect time because hopefully they have trained somebody to take over the work and continue the flawless music part. Because one thing we can say about One Piece has good music, right? Yeah, chat.
No,
this is just the sound effects, not the music.
Yeah. So, like, you know, the Dragon Ball Z sound effects that they've been using for like the past 30 years, we're gonna get new ones now.
Thank God.
Yeah. However, soundtracks though, that's
I do want to mention. Go ahead before we move on. I do want to mention. I don't want to say that I am not thankful for the tireless work that this man has done for every single episode.
Yes.
However, it cannot be understated. I'm very happy that we are moving on from that era. But yes, it's time to move on to something. Watkins, do you or me want to do this? Which one of us? Because we all know how the story went.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. You know what? You paint the picture here.
All right.
It was a lovely Saturday that was had. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, so basically I was on the Twitter looking around, and I came across this random tweet by chance. And it's like, oh hey guys, here's a new teaser for the 4th part of Bleach. I'm like, what's going on here? And it's like, oh well, Shirozagasu, the composer of Bleach, he revealed that the new Invasion soundtrack he's making for Bleach, it's a teaser. And I'm like, wait a sec, Invasion, one of the most popular songs from the series. You're giving it a remix at long last. Oh my god, it's happening, Michael Scott, it's happening. And then I listened to it. It is so good. It is as good as ever. And then I read a sentence and I share this with Watkins. Watkins then listened to the clip. It's like, wow, this is amazing. Oh my god. And then we read a sentence where Shiro says, even though I'm known for my symphony work, heavy metal is where my roots are truly at. Both of us had the exact same reaction of,
man.
You held back.
Holding back the whole time.
One of the best.
One of the best. I will argue and in fact tell everybody that they're wrong if they don't agree with me, because they are wrong. Out of the big 3, Bleach has the best soundtrack.
Oh, it does.
Because of the man.
It does.
I would dare say one of the best soundtracks in all of anime. One of the best.
Bleach literally has one of the best openings, endings, and OST known to man. I've literally listened to
Okay, good. I'm around like-minded people. I'm around good people.
As much as One Piece, you can't compare One Piece to the OSTs and everything. Yes, One Piece has great OST, good openings, but out of the 30, you probably have 10 great. With Bleach, you have 30, you have 30 great. There is no miss. Maybe 1 or 2, but they are greatness.
Good. You guys are on the right side of history. Good, perfect. I love you guys for that. This guy was holding back this whole time.
It's like, and you could tell because there were times in Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, where he was letting loose the metal on some of those remixes, and it's like, oh, this is what you wanted to do since day one.
It's the equivalent, and this is only because of the topic at hand tonight. This is the equivalency of Beerus being like, oh, by the way, I was only at 80% power.
Oh,
Chat.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I was going to say
I would say Frieza, but I don't know.
I think it's going to say
that's not even it.
I think, Trev, you and me have the same one. The Hans Zimmer?
No, not that one. Because Watkins, you and I talked about this a long time ago, and I think it holds true here. Remember how we kept saying that Akira Toriyama is one of the best ever because he made such a compelling story with such memorable characters, even though he was kind of doing it like at half strength. He was kind of just making it up as he went, and he still knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
It's like the same realm of this where it's like, oh, Shiro. It's like, yeah, I was kind of doing it, a secondary way. I was kind of just doing it as as time progressed. And it's like, oh, now he's not holding back. It's like that.
And the best part is you can tell with like the other 3 cores we got with his remixes. It's just like, oh, wait, you're showing us the thing. Again, this
makes me happy.
Ties in so well to what I said about Bleach 1000 Year Blood War anime. This is Kubo's vision. Now we're hearing, now we have Shiro Sagasu's ears. We now have his auditory. We now know what he hears when he's. Oh my god!
I can't wait for this.
All
chat.
coming together.
I did not finish Bleach manga. I stopped when our boy Ichigo got the last 2 swords. If you know manga readers, you know what I'm talking about. I did not read the last 20 chapters, but because for any manga reader that knows at the time, head of Kubo got rushed by Shueisha, so that's why I knew things were getting rushed. I wasn't too stressed, and I haven't watched first episode of Thousand Year War. it comes out this summer. After I'm done with ReZero, I'm switching to Bleach to watch as an anime because I read the manga, but the anime will just be better because now Terukubo added more into his scenes and stories. So for me to read the manga at that point is pointless. I could just see his full vision in that stance, and I'm very excited for that.
I'm listening to this right now, and I am just headbanging.
Same. I was listening to it while you was, doing transition. I was like, damn, this shit's a bop. That shit's good. And look, I listen to Bleach OST all the time on my own. I listen to the Hueco Mundo arc OST because that is the Spanish type of Mexican with Japanese OST mixed so beautifully well. So it's just amazing in the arc. So I suggest for anybody, if you're not a Bleach fan, cool is what is. But you cannot deny that Bleach has beautiful music. And trust me, we will tell you wrong if you disagree.
Speaking of Bleach, and you're being here, Vash, your boy Roger reading through Bleach right now.
Yeah, he's on 355. I saw.
Yeah. I think it was like he was on Fake Karakura or something.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He better be on the right side of history. That's all I'm gonna say. Or we're gonna have some issues.
I haven't asked him, but if anything, when the summer approaches, we could have him as a Bleach special and talk about the series and everything. That'd be a dope idea. But hey, chat. So we have two things left to talk about for the anime lately. We're gonna hit them as a back-to-back question / comment. One is from an awesome delivering company that always succeeds at delivering their packages, but it seems like they're gonna try to fix AI with their dubbing. Cause Chad, we have Amazon Prime. They haven't learned their lesson from previously a couple weeks ago. Because Amazon Prime dubs will returning, which may once again affect their the catalog of anime. They're currently hiring a new creative director tasked with helping to manage and grow their AI dubbing feature, which they does not will have. No actors, no ADR writers, no voice directors, no engineers, no producers, no talent coordinator, agency. No thrill of going to conventions like you guys go to. To me, our good friends Ryan, the guys that voice Goku, Vegeta, Chris Sabat, Sean Shimo, that anything that you would hear the story that they lost the breath of screaming, their voice, they had to take tea every day, stuff like that. No story of connection of getting the autograph. None whatsoever. Talk to me, guys. How do you guys feel about this story? One, and then right before Watkins tells us his no, I will give you guys the other story of Mappa and Netflix collaboration. They will be having a partnership in the future of two companies will be working together on new projects on the global scale for story development to merchandise. Mappa will be producing original anime projects are now planning with Netflix with the production exclusively and simultaneously worldwide with Netflix, but no more details of what new anime projects they have. And obviously, chat, there's more of a story. If you guys want to see the full details, go online and search the article. You guys can find it anywhere with netflix.com/mappa. But we guys will be giving you our opinions. Walkers, talk to me.
Amazon, stop with the AI. Thank you. When it comes to Mappa and Netflix, hopefully this means, okay, maybe Mappa can actually start having some good conditions for their workers, but it's also Netflix, so get back to work, I guess, because I have beef with Netflix because of what was it last week we talked about with like the Matt Damon comment about, the Netflix just makes movies for you to just have on in the background while you're scrolling on your phone or something. It's like now they're going to be doing that with anime.
It's going to be interesting because with Mappa being a big company like this and how they have a 300 type of workers and they have the big ones, JJK and Attack on Titan and a few other series behind their belt. So it's going to be very interesting what they do moving forward. So with the 300 employees, would they have it better? And also being international, working with Netflix and something worldwide. So it's interesting that they chose not to work with Crunchyroll, which Crunchyroll had a partnership with Webtoons, and that seems like to have gone cold. So it seems like with Mappa doing this with Netflix, hey, they want to do something worldwide, and they're the best streaming service for that. Awesome. Just depends on what gets greenlit and how their partnership goes, and by for example, by year 2030, we will find out at least by 3 anime projects they have done by then to at least give us a good opinion. Like, hey, was this partnership worth it, or was this partnership out the window and this just trash? Only time will tell. And the AI dubbing, still hate it with passion. I don't know why they're trying to save money when they make almost like $35 billion a year or more. So who the fuck knows? So why are they trying to find the cheap way out in their anime distribution side? Who knows? Trev, got any positive thoughts, or go fuck themselves and as usual?
If I would need to be paid an exorbitant amount of money if I was ever going to defend Amazon's decision on this one. I don't understand. I cannot wait for the next bit of news though, which is, you know what? Fuck anime. You know what? I'm just going to say right now, screw anime. We're going to go on to the Weebs news, where it's movies, TVs, anything media related. That's right. That is right. We're moving on. Screw the anime. Screw the AI dubs. You know what's not AI? The Looney Tunes. And they have a new home, Turner Classic Movies or Turner Classic Media. I don't know which one, what they're going as, but they are the new home of the Looney Tunes. Personally, I am just glad that they have a home. I will die on the hill that the Looney Tunes are probably some of the most, if not the most important media from the old ages that we could possibly have in terms of animated content. They are pivotal. There'd be no animation without them. Just saying.
I agree.
I'm shocked. It's
short and sweet.
I'm shocked it's now Boomerang, because that's what I thought was trying to be like the umbrella of all the old school cartoon and animation in that aspect. But hey, open a new one. Oh, TCM, smart idea. Best of luck. I love Looney Tunes. One of my literal nickname before Vash was Bugs Bunny or Rabbit. So I'm all for it. 100%. I love it.
Yeah. Well,
that's all.
You know, when you're owned by Warner Brothers, you know.
I do miss one thing is I must just say this. I miss when watching the early 2000s when Bugs Bunny will be opening the Warner Brothers logo. It'd be like it's just eating a carrot in a suit. That was amazing. Like you saw that in Harry Potter at times or any other type of Warner Brothers project. And you're just like, oh, that's amazing. That's awesome.
But you know what is amazing? You know what is amazing? The toppling that animation has done in the box office lately. Because Zootopia 2 is now the highest grossing film ever.
Rip Endgame. I'm going to say it now. You did not deserve it. Go Zootopia 2.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I am shocked. Like China, you literally are printing money for them. Literally $632.2 million in China so far, chat. Literally. That's literally almost 2/3 of the revenue of a whole box office.
That's crazy.
God.
That's crazy. I love it.
It's actually very understandable. Some people are confused, you know, as to why it's like, how come Shanghai has like a whole Zootopia section in their Disney park? And it's like, points to this tweet.
This is why
Zootopia loves Zootopia.
That's why.
And also, Disney Plus has not even dropped Zootopia 2 on their streaming service yet, and has come out since November. They're slow burning that.
Yeah, I think it's coming out soon. I saw something earlier that was just like, some of these movies are about to come out
I'm waiting
on
for that.
digital. I don't know if it's digital release or if it's just digital platforms. It said, but
Digital platform, please. I want to watch it. It's been 3 months. I haven't.
Yeah,
so I could come on
and
and
tell
tell
Trevor,
it's a good film. You're wrong from 3 months ago.
What?
Yeah, because
I did say it was a good film,
but I believe you said the first one was better. From the conversation that you and Neko was having, or something like that. I wasn't here too much in because I wasn't trying to pay attention since it wasn't a project that I have seen yet. So that but I know that you and Neko spoke about it off air, talking about the first and second, which is better and everything. And you had some opinions, and then I believe I went deafened during the conversation. But
yeah, I actually still don't know.
Hey,
Oh
but
yeah.
chat,
Well,
but I
you'll
got
have a
some
time.
good
You'll have a
stuff.
chance to rewatch it soon. So
Yeah,
Oh,
when it
yeah,
comes out
absolutely.
on the on the digital servers, because chat, I have some great
yeah.
stuff to talk about. Some obvious shit that I think that should have been obvious, but it seems like it needed some fresh eyes to literally shine it up to you and literally tell you to your screen. DC Comics president Jim Lee says that the Japanese manga and anime is incredibly powerful. I often find myself wondering what is missing in Western comics and why aren't they able to achieve the same flavor. He said, I think manga has an advantage over American comics. Which are mostly about superheroes, and that's where the majority of sales and readers are concentrated. But in Japan, it's closer to literature. Anyone can read it. It's not just hero stories. There's also so much wider range of genres, like stories about cooking, soccer. You can draw stories about that from that. So I'm very happy
Mhm.
that the manga has been so successful because it gives a goal to aim for us. Hey, One Piece has sold more than Superman, Batman, Spider-Man has gotten outsold by some of those series in some years and some months. So it just shows. Like, for example, like they said that some manga like cooking, like soccer, you could watch a series that has a long title that's such about there was a cute girl in the hero's party. So I tried to confess her feelings.
Yeah.
Such great
I
stories and
mean,
light novels as well.
I mean, a lot of this kind of has to do just kind of with oh, shoot, what's the word I'm looking for? The societal difference, I guess. Or just how like both countries kind of consume media, or how like we produce media, I guess would be the correct way. Because like when you look at comic books, a lot of them are about superhero shit. It's all about like being a hero, doing good and all that stuff. Sometimes there are comic books like, maybe it's like I think it was like what the Archie comics would be like, almost like your slice of life kind of thing or whatever. But we would also have the comic strips like in newspapers and all this stuff, or like Garfield comic strips or like Boondock comic strips, which then in turn become animated projects. But see, that's the downside to it all, is America's kind of starting to turn into an anti imagination land kind of way, or it's just like we got to get rid of all color, we got to get rid of all fun because fuck you, get to work. Where with Japan, a lot of their manga, like they were saying, is like it's not just like the superhero things. It's not just like I'm going to be like the greatest swordsman in all the land, or I'm going to be king of the pirates, or any of that shit. Like there's things like that. There's things like like Food Wars, for example, which it's all about cooking and all that stuff, and boobs and everything. You have this new series that just came out about a doctor that can actually like see like the weak points in people, but can end up healing you because he wants to be a doctor instead of an assassin or whatever.
And to add on top of that, quick news about that is that when you have a doctor type of series, they also have a doctor with the author working with them that is as the extra input of correct source material, correct information. And a lot of story literature doesn't have that, where some mangas are approved to actually be written or talk about at school, where in the US type of literature they don't allow that. Some schools call it demonic when you have stories like Naruto being brought up in some church or Catholic schools. I have a cousin that literally got told this 3 years ago.
And that just ties into another part of it too, is America doesn't really have its own stories. Like we have some of our own folk stories or anything, but like with countries like Japan, they can pull from a lot of things. Like how many yokai series have we gotten just in the past decade? Like there's so many other mythological beings that they pull from. I mean, the one big famous one, Journey to the West. I mean, how many times do they have to recreate Wukong in every series? Oh, fun fact, everybody, it's every piece of media you watch. So there's that.
You go to high school,
but got to high school, but it's just like much of it is. Oh, I remember what the word was. It's more of a cultural difference, I think, because Japan, I feel like they do put more into like the mythological stories in a way, and try to just embrace it. And you kind of see it too, especially this past week with that JJK episode that came out, where it was highly rated, like in places like America, because we love action, we love the rawness, we love all that stuff. Japan, on the other hand, they hated that latest JJK episode. They rated it horribly. It was just like, we don't get why America likes this.
Last week episode, or technically episode 3, was a 7.7 in the US, and in the Japan was like a 9.5, 9.7. And then the final episode, episode 4, was a 9.7 in the US, and then a 7.7 in Japan. The whole flip side.
Yeah. So it's just like, us here in the West, we really cherish our, what's the word I'm looking for? Our meathead stuff,
Meathead.
Yeah. We love our fights. We love our flashiness. But Japan, they're just like, we like our characters and all that stuff. Like we like our moments like that and everything. So it's like, all right.
Or like Logan Paul says, One Piece are gooners, or like
I mean, there's that too.
And also, we have long titles in anime. You don't find that when it comes to comics. Hey, there's Reborn as a vending machine. I now wonder in the Dungeon Season 3, it's officially confirmed. So you find out these long titles, but it's because Japan is not shy. They love to venture out in the adventurous fantasy world, and that truly helps them out a lot, that they don't be shy about that. When it comes to comics, they have to make what's already has established and take inspiration from others. They don't go to the fantasy world unless you see more IDW, Dark Horse, Marvel, and DC. They take from each other, like Deadpool, then you have Deadshot, then you have Jack Kirby Cosmic Universe, but then you have his Jack Kirby of the DC Universe, almost identical of Darkseid, Thanos, all these type of comparison with characters, but then you don't find that a lot too much always. The only thing you have is anime that has the same look of same character and same type of sword, with Kirito looking like in almost type of every setting, or like people was comparing to last week, a new trailer drop of a webtoon series that almost looked like Sun Jin-woo, and everyone was like, oh my god, that's like a very copy-like character. Storyline as well. But enough talking of myself and Walkers. We haven't heard from the Cloud. I know that don't give us snow, but what do you feel about this?
I fully agree. There's some stuff I would echo off of you too. I think a couple more reasons why manga has such a better advantage is manga's at least allowed to end, and you don't need to focus on that point real quick. It's like, when a manga author is doing their story, it's just the one story, or if anything, it's like Naruto. It's like, all right, here's part 1, get through that stuff. If you're still interested, here's part 2. You go through that. With comics, we all know the horror stories where it's like, wow, I want to read Batman. Where should I start? And it's like, well,
you have Detective Comics,
which version?
Except you're trying to read by Detective Comics that has 1,000 chapters, but also like 20 writers in those type of 1,000 chapters.
Yeah.
That's kind of
which Batman do you want?
And you want Rebirth Batman, you want New 52 Batman, you want Golden Age Batman, you want Bronze Era or Silver Era. Wait, Bronze Era. We are in Bronze Era. Silver Age.
And that's kind of where it just leads into, it's like, one, manga is allowed to end. Sometimes it's not the ending we want. Bleach manga, staying topical. But it's like with American comics, it's like, if you want a specific version, you have to hunt down that specific era, and then you have to read that story, and then it's kind of like a revolving door comics where it's like, we'll get a Batman story focused on this, but then there's a reboot, and now it's this person's story, then there's another reboot and another reboot. It is endless. And that's not saying that you can't make great material, because great stories are still being told from that revolving story to this day. It's just there is an advantage of, I don't need to hunt down a specific entrance to this labyrinth. Manga has just the open door shut. And I swore I just had something else at the back of my head. Oh yeah. I think the best thing American comics could do is if they just allowed the story to continue and expand. To keep it topical, Archie Sonic. It had what was it? Almost 290 issues, I believe, of one coherent story. And then it had like its own spin-offs off of that did more work. So that's like the best marriage of manga and comics in my little opinion, where it's like it's one big old storyline. Manga, comics is more focused on kind of like the hero thing. That's what it's known for. But manga does a lot more, and they're allowed many different artistic interpretations. I think that's partly why Absolute DC is grabbing a lot more attention, because it's not the same Batman. It's not the same Superman. You have very different versions, and it's a wholly fresh take.
It's definitely not the same Joker either, Chuck, because if you know, you know. Definitely not the same Joker out. Batman don't need prep time. He needs to survive. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, really.
But hey, speaking of surviving, there appears to be a new show made by Rubber Ross. Yeah, we all know. Well, I don't know about Vash, but me and Watkins love Rubber Ross. And Aaron. Yeah. So Glitch, the team behind Amazing Digital Circus, and the Knights of Guinevere, and I'm already blanking on a couple other shows. Sorry, Watkins, you can back me up on this one.
No,
but hey, they released.
Yeah.
They released a new trailer for a new show called Gameoverse, and this has been a passion project for Rubber Ross for a long time. And Watkins, I know we watched the trailer. I bet Vash is watching it right now as we speak. But yeah, I'm really liking where this is going, and I'm excited for this one.
And a quick rough synopsis of what the show is going to be about. Basically, it's like, okay, you have all these video game worlds. Like, as you'll see in the trailer, the first video game world you see is based off of what were those games?
It's like a putt.
Oh, like Pajama Sam and all that. Yeah, like Pajama Sam, Putt, all them. But yeah, these video games worlds are dying. They're blowing up. And the only way to really combat that is for these video game characters to join up with villains to make sure that the heroes of these games don't win. That is a very cool concept for a show. And yeah, Rubber Ross has been working on this for, what has it been, like 11, 14 years or something? Like, I remember back in the day, like, concept art of these characters, like the main character being thrown around by Ross himself. Cool that Aaron is going to be part of it as well from the Game Grumps, because they do have history working with each other. But I think a cool thing though from this though is some of the cast, mainly one person in the cast that really sticks out. They got Chris Sabat on this.
Yes.
Playing one of the villains. It's like, oh, like one of the villains, I'm assuming that helps them or that they have to go help. I don't know. The fact that he's just involved in this project itself, it's like, oh, you guys got him involved with this. He's kind of a big name. If you've never heard of Chris Sabat,
who is that?
Vegeta, Piccolo, Armstrong,
oh my,
Zoro,
Yami, like all these big names that you've heard in the past. Yeah. That's him in this project. That seems like an indie project. It's like, oh my God. Like, he either needs money or this is actually a legit passion project. And I'm going with the latter because I like passion. I like when people who seem like good people are able to achieve or at least get something that they've worked their asses off for, So more power to them. I'm looking forward to it. I'll watch it in May when it drops. Maybe I'll do a reaction for it. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when that time comes.
Only time we'll tell in that aspect. Let's talk about one of the last things before we get to trailers heaven. We have Marvel might finally have a new Black Panther. Awesome. That's what I got.
Thank.
We have rumors that it might be. I don't know what you guys saw, but I saw a rumor that it might be. Damn, I lost it. Samuel Jackson's son, or I believe it was. Somebody else I'm
that'd be cool.
I'm messing on top of my head. They have somebody I saw in a rumor report, but not confirmed. So great news, like great, awesome to see that being the case.
Yeah, I'm very happy that finally, like, this is no disrespect to Chadwick Boseman. This is just kind of anger towards the towards Marvel. It's like, this is not the first time you have recasted someone, but hey, better late than never.
They need to, if they want to continue this cinematic universe. Black Panther is a crucial character to have within your story, so that's something that we need to have moving forward. So let's see how that goes. How do they input this? Are we going to see a time jump with Chadwick character's Black Panther's son in the movie, or how are we going to establish this? So it's going to be very interesting how we're going to go with this moving forward.
I'll say this. They weren't afraid to recast the Hulk multiple times, who was also a very crucial member. It's like, I understand Chadwick Boseman died, but come on, guys. It's like, he wanted to make the Black Panther 2. You should just recast him and, gone in that direction.
Yeah. But hey, Chad.
Should have.
We have a big news to talk about, and that is the trailer heaven is what I'm calling for the segment, because we have not just one, not just two, not just three, 4 trailers to talk about before we get into a Dragon Ball Z stuff of Super. We have first trailer of the Invincible Season 4, Masters of the Universe trailer, and the Muppets return on February 4th, where many people was commenting on Watkins' clip, so that was really awesome to see. And Maul the Shadow Lord premieres April 6th, the same week as the month as The Boys, Daredevil, and also Invincible airing around that week as well. So we have a lot of content. How you guys feel about this?
I'm watching the Invincible trailer right now because I realized, I didn't watch it.
All right, so let's go to Cloudy. How do you feel about this Invincible? Have you seen season 1, 2, and 3?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am a fan of all 3 seasons. Season 4, looking forward to it. I've read the original comic all the way through the end. And so when I see season 4 with a particular character showing up at the very end, and I finally get to hear the voice that they're given, it's like, all right, you nailed the voice, let's go. AI dubbing isn't really so precious now, is it? Yeah, Invincible season 4, I am looking forward to it. That's all I got. Do I even dare talk about Masters of the Universe?
in a second. Okay. No, this character at the end of the trailer,
Thrag,
because I have beef with Thrag already. I now have an agenda, and this is mainly because of our group chat, because it was the day before the trailer dropped, and we got news of who was going to be voicing Thrag. What's his name again? Fudge Nuggets. Anyways, that's besides the point. I was just like, okay, how is this as a casting? So I asked my lovely group chat. I was just like, hey guys, how is this as a casting? The only responses I get was, oh my god, Thrag's so hype. Blah, 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 blah. Thrag's him. He is Himothy. He is him Turner. I'm just like, okay, but is this a good casting? Is this a good casting? Oh, he's him. I'm just like, all right. Let me wait for maybe one more response. Hey, the response I'm looking for. I have an agenda, and it's going to be fuck Thrag, and I hope they ruin him. And guess what? I'm on the agenda now. Fuck Thrag. I hope this show ruins him for you comic people.
In my defense, it took me days to watch the trailer, and it was only after I watched it I go back to your message and be like, oh yeah, no, his voice is perfect.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the kicker. This was the day before the trailer when the post was just like, oh yeah, this dude is voicing Thrag. I'm just like, oh. Well, before I hear the trailer, do my lovely friends have an opinion on this that have read the comic? Oh,
I wouldn't have.
Fuck Thrag.
I wouldn't have known. I haven't seen this guy, so. But hey, heard him in the trailer. Like him. He's good.
I'm excited for it.
He was in your precious Lord of the Rings. But,
I did a trailer reaction, so guys, go check it out if you guys want to hear my thoughts and everything. But I will say this: it seems like our girl Eve and our boy Mark, they're having issues with their own power and their own PTSD trauma of trying to actually deal with what he could have done for Langstrom and what Eve could do with her powers by questioning of how she could use them moving forward, since he keeps technically almost fucking up every time she uses them by trying to help people. So they each are going their own through trial and tribulation, and people are so excited for season 4, waiting for that scene to happen. That's what we got.
Yeah.
Master Universe, my thoughts is looks cool, looks fun, reminds me of Minecraft. Can't wait to see this on the big screen.
My thoughts are it looks so fake.
Exactly.
I have no intention of seeing this. I think it looks awful.
And that's why I'm gonna see it, because it looks awful, but it looks like the kind of awful I'm just like, that's fun as shit. All right, you go, guys. You go, he, him. Oh man. But no. February 4th. Holy crap. The Muppets are coming back. Oh, they're
Thank
coming
God.
back with another show. Oh,
Let's go.
dude, this trailer was so, it was good. It was good for me because like you could see that the Muppet writing's there. With Kermit just being like, yeah, we're back for a show, and if it does good enough, maybe we're actually back. And it's just like, oh my god, please, people, watch this like 5 times on Disney Plus, and then make sure you tune in live on ABC that same night. Oh my gosh, there's just something about the Muppets, man, that just warms my heart. You know?
Oh yeah, no. The old show was nothing but pure comfort. How do I describe this? It's like it's like a fireplace. You sit in front of it, and as I watch the old Muppet Show, it is like a fireplace. It's like it covers me in a nice nostalgic glow. You know, makes me smile. So I'm only hoping for the best. And the trailer so far, it's like, oh yeah, this is nice. But let's go. Let's see if you can do the magic again.
Dude, I about lost it when it's the little part they showed of Fozzie with Seth Rogen, and Seth Rogen's just like, yeah, it's always been my dream to work with the Muppets, and Fozzie's just like, maybe we should think of other dreams.
And the fact that he's the executive producer shows that it's like, okay, you can take the joke. Good job, Seth.
Yep, exactly. And Statler and Wardorf, dude, their joke was great. They were just like, oh, I thought they broke. Yeah, that's why they're doing this show.
Yep.
And
classic.
You can just tell that the writing's there. I do have faith because here's the thing. It's, at least for me, it's kind of hard to really mess up the Muppets, you know, unless you just don't use them. Disney parks.
Or have bad writing too.
Yeah. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be fun because that's what the Muppets are. They're fun, you know. You got Sabrina Carpenter hosting and going up to Miss Piggy being like, yeah, my parents watched you, their parents watched you, and then their parents watched you. Okay, you can stop.
To make it sound Miss Piggy old.
Except for this last one. They
seem excited about it because let's see how excited they were about the Muppets, chat. Because I did a trailer reaction as well, did commentary about this. Maul, the Shadow Lord premiere on April 6th. Look, I'm gonna say the positive out of this, chat, because I have right here this thread on the Star Wars channel, and I'm gonna just say, Matt Schmichnovitz, the writer of Maul, Shadow Lords, previously wrote these Star Wars stories. He wrote a good ones from Clone Wars, from the Council Star Wars 13 game, Jedi The Fallen Order, and scrapped Maul arc from Clone Wars that was adapted into the comic of Darth Maul, the son of Dathomir, which I read. Really good story arc. 10 episodes of Rebels, which most of Rebels is amazing. And Sam Witwer is back for the voicing that. To me, if he's back, to me, that's a plus. And Sam Witwer keeps trying to bring back people of how much he loves his character. And to me, if Sam Witwer is behind this project, if he's with the passion, I believe that this will at least be entertaining when it comes to the Star Wars lore and adding more to our character. He keeps talking about, hey, there's this 15 gap that nobody knows what Darth Maul did. But the most funniest, hilarious shit is not that Sam Witwer's back, it's the how dumb the timeline is. Because they kept saying, I thought Darth Maul died from the episode won. I thought he died by the fall of the drop, and I'm like, wait. Yeah, don't look online and see that he literally returned in Clone Wars, Rebels, and Ahsoka. Sorry, not Ahsoka.
And Solo.
And Solo. Thank you.
Yeah, because he was like the mid-credit scene of Solo. Mid-credit or I don't know. He was
one of the
there.
credits.
They teased him because they were just like, oh, Solo sequel, herpaderpaderpader. It's just like, no, we don't want that. I mean, I'll watch it for this show, you know.
Hey, Trev, you quiet there.
And, you know, here's my positive for it. It's animated.
Yes, that's why I'm positive about it. I believe most of the anime project has been great. We have Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Rebels. Solid. Trev?
What about you up there in the clouds?
Cloudy?
How you feeling about this modern Star Wars animated series?
How am I feeling? That implies I can feel something watching this fucking abomination.
And you thought it was that bad? You didn't like it?
Okay, so
Maul
as a character is Maul as a character for me is someone that should have never come back. Never. He was cut in half.
Back anyway.
And that's kind of where it started. In all honesty, Maul came back because, like, oh, how did he survive being chopped in half and falling down a really big pit with nothing to save him? It's like, oh, well, he was angry. It's like, what? Yeah, he was just angry, and he went on a garbage planet, and on this garbage planet he became a mad spider until his brother came back because we're gonna bring in witches now. I'm like, okay. And then
look, aren't the Jedi just witches? Or
look, I will admit his run in the Clone Wars show. If I can look past the whole point that he survived, his run on the Clone Wars, specifically him becoming like a crime lord and taking over Mandalore, those were my favorite episodes from that show. Just seeing him rise. So going back to the Clone Wars.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, the last season of Clone Wars I have many issues with in terms of writing. And then with Rebels, it's like I see the potential, but now we have to tie in the Rebels scene with this storyline. And unfortunately, it's like this trailer is trying to make it bigger than it has any right to be, where Maul is going to go on a campaign against Palpatine himself. It's like, that's not really going to work. And he's like, well, he's going to have a new apprentice too. And it's like, there's a lot of questionable themes in this trailer already from a storytelling perspective, and it all has to tie into Rebels, which I will also die on the hill of. His portrayal in Rebels was not particularly good. The only poignant thing was his little face off against Obi-Wan. That was it. Unfortunately, this is another Dave Filoni creation, and I will go on repeating this to the end of time. That man does not know how to write. So here we go. Like Walken said, I will watch it for this show, but I'm looking forward to this for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Look, this will be a good palate cleanser for all the peaks that we'll have in this year, you know? We need to watch the shit to truly enjoy the goodness, you know?
Like the goodness that was Dragon Ball's 40th anniversary live streams.
Look at the transition. Look at the segue. We did it, folks.
He passed it, he dunked it, and it was a Dragon Ball 40th anniversary. Chat, in case you were confused like us, it's not the manga that came out in 1984. It's 1986. Again, sorry to have repeated 3 times because we ourselves were confused when we did our own research. And it's the 40th anniversary, and we have many things to talk about. And one of my favorite things that I never had in the bingo of 2026 that Hans Zimmer will be doing a fucking compose music and art of the celebration of Dragon Ball. That's insane. Insane.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this?
Oh,
Of
I'm
a
sorry.
5
Walking,
minute.
you go ahead. You share.
No. Go ahead. I gotta look something up real quick.
Okay, so when I was just watching this trailer, like for the first 30 seconds, it showed the Mara arc. I'm like, oh, we're doing this. It is happening. Oh my god, it actually is happening. But honestly, the Mara arc announcement wasn't even my favorite thing in this trailer. I don't know if either of you were getting a little teary-eyed, but having all the manga art be animated gorgeously, I might add.
Yeah, it looked
all that motion, it made me a little teary-eyed just because of that old nostalgic touch, and it kind of just made me think it's like, man, Toriyama, I wish you were alive to just see your art just turn into this gorgeous. I'm looking at the trailer right now. It is absolutely gorgeous how they nailed it. It kind of makes me want to just have like, oh, can we just animate the manga just like this? I want to see that. But yeah, the Moro arc, it's happening, and the music for this has been absolutely phenomenal. I was like, oh my god, I didn't expect you would come here, Zimmer-san. But alrighty then.
Yeah. I really like the video, but yeah, we got a ton of Dragon Ball stuff that came out. The next one that we can mention here, a new video game, Dragon Ball Age of, it's being called Age 1000 right now, but we got a trailer dropped. We see this like new character that there are some rumors about who this character could be, but yeah, this game's set for 2027. It apparently takes place after like within the timeline of Dragon Ball Z, which for those of you that may not know some of that, the end of Super, this is what I had to look up too. So the end of Super, like Tournament of Power, occurred around the age, quote unquote, age 784, which is about 216 years before this game possibly takes place. So we're doing a bit of time thing. I know there's a whole big like timeline that Toriyama made regarding like the whole Dragon Ball like
storyline of your universe,
just timeline itself, and Memorial and all that.
Yes,
Universe.
Kind of, yeah. So here I can help clear the room. Okay, Age 1000 is basically. To put it bluntly, to put it as lightly as I can, this is Dragon Ball Online. This is
okay. It's okay. That's why people were talking about it then.
Okay. It is like this era. So, like, for those that don't know, there used to be a Dragon Ball Online game, and for you Xenoverse players, that is where Toa, Mira, I don't know about Demigod though, but it's like a lot of the concepts and characters for Xenoverse came specifically from online. And Toriyama did have a whole theme where it's like, oh yeah, in Dragon Ball Online, Goku and Vegeta, in their old age, they traveled across the universe to have one final battle. They made a supernova out of their final clash or whatever. It's like, oh, that was your design plan. Interesting. So looking at this Age 1000 trailer, and it's very interesting how this character, who we'll figure who this is, but when you see him in action, he's specifically doing moves that belonged to the main Z fighters. And I believe there was a tweet that showed it. So that you have Tien's move, you have Gogeta's move, his spinning kick on Broly, Goku's little elbow shove on Frieza's gut. That is in here. It's like, oh yeah, so this is a player character for this new Dragon Ball custom game. So yeah, let's go. This looks like it might be a Dragon Ball Online remake at the very least. So go them.
A remake. It could be like a Xenoverse like spiritual successor, because we still have never gotten Xenoverse 3 and they just keep adding to Xenoverse 2.
Non-stop. But let's talk about the elephant in the room of what this character, the people already has been trying to speculate online. They're saying this boy is the child of Super Broly and Chile, just by design of the eyes and the hair. Chat, yeah, hilarious.
I am completely fine if that happens.
Me too.
Fine with that. It
Me
would
too.
actually make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
It makes sense why they've
Good
been on
job,
the planet
Broly.
for so long. Broly
he won.
he was winning. He was winning, chat. But do we have anything thoughts for the Sparking Zero news? Because I don't really have any thoughts about the Sparking Zero.
Yes.
Oh, you do? All right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
we got a couple.
God, there.
Walks and I have a couple thoughts.
Go ahead then.
Many a thoughts. Oh, Trevor, go
Oh,
ahead.
boy.
You start.
So I have not downloaded this yet, just because this winter's been kicking my ass. But how do I put this? This is like the cynical part of me is saying, you motherfuckers had this in store the whole time. But the fan part of me is like, oh, this is you saying we're sorry that these characters are not in the initial roster. So characters like Super 17, Grandpa Gohan, General Tao, Zanya, all characters from Tenkaichi 3 were not in Sparking Zero. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna add them. Oh, and also here's King Piccolo. As soon as I saw King Piccolo walk in, so I'm like, yes. Yes!
I was like, oh, we're bringing my boy back. We're bringing Dragon Ball characters into this, like, because that's the thing. We're getting like Mercenary Tao. We're getting Kid Goku, like legit Kid Goku. Yeah, we're getting more stages. So, dude, what if? Oh my God, what if they bring back the Muscle Tower stage?
Please, please,
Muscle Tower.
please. Oh, King's Castle from Tenkaichi 3. Bring that stage back.
Oh.
Put it in.
Oh my God, please. Oh God. Oh, dude.
Put it in.
A modern. Nah, dude. I need it right now. But like, we're also getting like some new modes. So like, there's this. I was telling Trevor about this before we started recording. They're bringing back like this Mission 100, which I vaguely remember, but I do know it's just like 100 like very, very difficult missions that kept going up in difficulty the longer you went, until obviously you got to mission 100 and all that. So they're bringing that mode back. They're bringing some other like character costumes and again more stages and all that. Like, oh, you guys are finally adding to this game in a good way. Now change your story AI, and we'll have something to talk about. But that's a whole different other topic for earlier tonight. Nah, dude. This is what got me to re-download Sparking Zero. Just this hype alone. I'm like, give me my game. Give me my precious back.
But talking about precious back,
I'm so excited to give it a try.
we guys gonna give you a little trifecta. We have 3 things that has been announced when it comes to anime related, and is a fall 2026 of Beerus anime officially announced. It's going to be 6 episodes, but also the Golden Frieza arc will be getting remastered treatment and will be around the same level. So we'll be having Naruto, we'll be having One Piece and Bleach and Dragon Ball in the same year at the end, and there's going to be interesting conversation because we have Beerus and the Golden Arc Frieza being adapted. 6 episodes, 6 will most likely a 12 episode core when it comes out at the end of the fall season 2026. However, on top of that, we have the biggest announcement that people are excited for is the Galactus Patrol. The Moral arc is being adapted. The story that follows is the Universal Survivor arc of the anime Dragon Ball Super, which aired in 2015 to 2018. Chat. It's been 10 plus years already since the initial release date, and already has been ended. So by the time this arc gets adapted, it may be 10 years by the time the series has ended, so who knows. And this is a story of adapting the Galactus Patrol prisoner arc. For those that don't know, this is the arc of Moro the Planet Eater. And no, chat, this will not be included Black Frieza, or this will not be including Ultra Ego Vegeta, because I see many people asking about that in the timeline to ask questions about what does be included. Right now, this is only being Planet Eater Moro. And many people already on the timeline has been voting for the English voice of Madara to be voicing Moro. His name is Sneptim, I believe. Yeah, Neo Captain. My apologies. Neo Captain. I just had it right here.
Yes.
Neo Captain. And a lot of people are voting for him to be voice of Moro. And he says that, hey, if you guys want me, write it It's shipping to mail. Tell Crunchyroll, tell Funimation, tell Dragon Ball, the director and everything to have me ready for the English dub. And he doesn't mind. He's up for it. The fandom are approving it. So he doesn't mind that if they are chasing it with a blowtorch and saying, yes, you should do this, he'll be like, hey, if you guys are saying yes, I'll go behind you guys. But you guys got to continue to support. But now to the Dragon Ball fans, how do you guys feel about this? Comment down below. But to Watkins, to Trav, talk about. No, I'm gonna pass it to Trev first because Watkins, you got to have your own video about it. We didn't get to speak first, so I'm gonna pass to Trev.
Suck it, Watkins.
Fucking blue bags. I swear.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Watkins. Don't worry. So when it comes to the remakes of the beers and Resurrection F, I'm in the camp where it's like, go ahead and redo Resurrection F because, good lord, as time went on, the more I think of maybe this needs to be reworked in the oven. Because the movie, it's all right, but there's so much missed potential in that movie, and then the anime was. Oh, good God. The anime did you dirty. So I was like, all right, fine. 6 episodes to, like remaster and potentially bring out that potential. Go for it. The beer is special. No, we don't need that. The anime was already kind of obliterated. It's where all the memes came from. It's like, oh, is Super even worth watching? And it's like, well, what about Battle of Gods? Doesn't that need a remaster? It's like, no, it does not need a remaster. And Battle of Gods is one of the best fucking Dragon Ball movies. It's fine. It's okay. When the worst thing about Battle of Gods is the perhaps maybe 5 seconds of CGI that's not particularly well rendered, that's whatever. That's whatever. We don't need 6 episodes to bring back. You want to do it? Fine. But I'm going to beg that you bring something new to the table and not just do the same stuff.
That's what I'm hoping for, chat. I'm going to support what Trev said. Please give us more of your side. And what I told Watkins, because I know he's going to bring it up, that hopefully this is their way. Because you know how Dragon Ball likes to retcon stuff. Maybe adding Dragon Ball Diamond stuff when having the Super Saiyan 4 maybe be the full God version.
Thank God,
so
please.
Maybe with them using this opportunity, since they could retcon a few things, and they like doing that. So that's a possibility. And hopefully we get more of Bure's perspective. Maybe we see the other gods' conversations that we didn't get to see because we saw more of the Goku stuff. Who knows? But Watkins, the floor is yours. Tell us what it is in the God's world.
So I'll bring it in because like a lot of my thoughts are kind of Trevor's as well, except I don't mind that we're getting a beer special, I guess, because it has been 10 or 11 years since the movie, and again, nothing really wrong with the movie, but if they're gonna just reanimate it, okay, fine, go ahead, do it. I mean, with 10 years of what's the word I'm looking for? With 10 years of greater animation tools to use, and just the quality that anime is just in the past 10 years.
Changes.
All right.
Changes.
All right. Do it. But like, yeah, if you are gonna change some stuff, fine, just as long as it's good. One rumor I did see, I don't know if it was a rumor or if they actually did say this or not, but apparently they might be sticking to the manga adaptations for these remakes.
I did see that as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which leads me to, okay, if we're doing this with like the beer stuff, we're doing it with Resurrection F, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm also kind of in the camp of, hey, if we want to rework Resurrection F, give it you the win. Anyways,
yes.
So if we actually are doing this, are we doing this with the Universe 6 tournament? Are we doing this with Goku Black? Are we doing this with Tournament of Power? And then like I get to those moments, I'm like, okay, wait, hold on, because some of those things have some differences in them. Like Tournament of Power, where Roshi gets Ultra Instinct. There's that little thing.
That is true. That's one big difference that didn't happen in anime.
There's what was it? The Goku Black arc, because it was what Goku trying to use Hakai in that was only in the manga, I think. Right?
I didn't read the Black arc during the manga. I read after.
Yeah, I remember like seeing like bits and pieces because I was in the camp of like, okay, this has already been animated. I don't care. So yeah, if we're doing that to kind of lead into this new series, which Moro, give me the Moro arc because there's a lot of good in the Moro arc, and then we get towards the ending.
The sensu bean is what I call it.
Yeah, sensu bean, and then Goku Avatar State.
The Avatar State was dope. The Avatar State.
Look. At the time that I read it, I was just like, this is stupid. But looking back on it, I'm just like, this is stupid in the best ways. I love this. So hopefully if they do get to that, they maybe work some things around that as well. Because, man, I remember the timeline when that Sensu Bean chapter came out. I remember people being like, oh, yeah, Goku did it to Cell, too. It's just like, yeah, but he had his Gohan right there. Like he had his secret weapon of Gohan. He knew he had the power. Whatever. That gets into
a whole rabbit hole. And Chad, don't worry, stay tuned. We will talk about the Moro arc when it happens in the future.
But no. The biggest thing though is having the voice of Madara as Moro, because yeah, somebody actually like cut up some vocals from that. Or no, he recorded some voice, didn't he, on his own?
No, what they used, some guy used his impersonation of his voice of Neo Captain, and they tried to do a voiceover for Moro, and which I do agree it fits. Moro is very cunning. He's very sophisticated when it comes to his monologue in the manga. He tries to act all cunning because he's very smart. He's very cunning to escape the patrol and escape the cops and do what he does. I don't want to spoil it to the chat.
Sensu Bean.
So, he's very cunning, and I feel like suits very well with Neo Captain, the voice of Madara, and many others. So I feel like that works. So I'm glad that he's like, hey, if you guys want me, support it. Go write a letter, go send email, and go send a bird. It works out.
Yeah. Man, it just feels good to talk about Dragon Ball again.
That's great news.
Oh, absolutely.
I honestly did not have this on my bingo card. I didn't expect the Hans Zimmer, the Galactus Patrol. This was something I didn't expect for Dragon Ball news of the 40th anime anniversary. So that's amazing to see. Any more thoughts about this before we end our show?
No, just give me more Dragon Ball. I'm happy when I get more Dragon Ball. Good, bad, mediocre at best. I don't care. It's Dragon Ball. I love it.
Chat, hopefully you guys
makes me
enjoy
want
this.
To go back to my arc reviews, but one day.
Guys, go check those arc reviews. I added one of them, and he has many of them on his own channel. Many still to talk about. But like we said, this is the end of our podcast. 2 hours and a half. We haven't had one like this in a while. But hey, we had a lot of trailers, a lot of discussion. Hopefully you guys enjoy the clips that we post out on our socials as well of our conversation, the highlights that we do have. The Rumacon on Thursday, the Percy Jackson on Wednesday, and the ReZero on Friday, and many other things that we have to discuss about. So it's greatly a pleasure for you guys to continue checking our content. But without further ado, also check out this coming month of February. We have some love themes, we have some rom-coms, we have some conversations that I have planned out, some tournament, maybe some pick and choose, some kill, marry, maybe get poisoned by, some interesting topics that we'll be having about when it comes to love theme. Who would you like to get murdered by? Which wife would you like to get murdered by is one of the questions as well. So those are fun things. If you guys have any questions or any questions for us involving love theme, involving partner in love, involving romance, comedy, please comment down below if you guys want to have any discussions for us. So please give us some ideas. Is there any last thoughts for you guys to end the show? Anything you guys want to promote? Anything you guys want to say before we end?
So we're basically going to have a conversation about which mother is going to step on me. Gotcha. All right, cool. I'm all for it.
Yes, as you heard here, we have the Kings 4 chat. Hope you guys enjoy our review of the His and Hers, enjoy our review of Gears of War, and many other conversations that we had on the channel. And thank you guys for listening to us. So without further ado, thank you for joining us tonight and taking the time to listen in. The Weebs Lounge podcast is presented by AniMa W3 Studio. Our producers team are Vash, Watkins, and Trevor myself. Special thanks to our producers and guests for coming on. Don't forget to follow us on our socials of the brand. All the links are down below in the description. Lastly, share, like, and most importantly, give some feedback. Comment below what you thought of this episode, like you do on the audio feed. Thank you for those that are listening and checking us out. But also comment below, give us a rating. We gladly appreciate it. And if you did, let us know so we could shout you guys out. If you give us a bad rating, it's fine. And don't forget to have your son and appear in the next game of the 1,000 Year of Age. Because with that being said, on behalf of everyone at AniMa W3 Studio, we thank you. Take care. Join us in the Weebs Lounge podcast every week. And this podcast was not recorded by a live studio audience. Go have cheese on pancakes in space.
Oh,
With moral.
no.
Feel the cold.
Broly is the devil.
Happy Valentine's.
Oh my God, he's so goddamn cool.